Hypocrisy.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, small law firm in central Minnesota. And today I've got the StreamYard thing up because I'm going to be sharing stuff, and I thought it might be easier. Oh, my God. Apparently I still have salt on my fingers. Anyway, I've got the StreamYard setup going, so there's no chat on the screen, but you know how it goes. Wait, did the intro not work? Oh, stop it, Attorney Tom. You stop it. I know what game you're playing. Oh my goodness. So anyway. Yeah, we're not muted. It didn't play? Weird. Well, you asked for it. This is your fault. Fight.
Hypocrisy.
There you go. Take that. We'll just do that over and over for 3 hours. For 3 hours. I can do this. I can do this all night. I can sit here. Look, you know how easy this is? I'm just kidding. I wasn't going to do it again. But I can. Reminder that I have the button. You know, the one that's the threat to you. I have the button. Okay. So anyway, what's up, guys? We've got a weird list of things to cover today. We've got Biden, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. Went to go support Gavin Newsom because tomorrow is the recall election in California. So tomorrow we will find out what happens. Needless to say, there will be allegations of impropriety no matter what happens. Although I'm really hoping that Gavin Newsom gets recalled so that the Democrats can accuse the Republicans of cheating after the Democrats have spent the past week saying there's no possible way for cheating to occur. You know, that'll be kind of like how they did that the opposite in 2020, where they said that the Republicans were definitely cheating. And then when they won, they were saying, what? Cheating's impossible. It's impossible. And then, of course, that was after 2016, where they said that the cheating did occur, but on the other side. You know, so I just love the flip-flop. I love the flip-flop, the hip-hop, the corn pop. And I want the maximum funny result from the California recall election, which I think would be Gavin Newsom getting recalled, Larry Elder winning, and then the entire left shrieking about cheating in the election, because that would make my day perfect. Play the intro. Mr. Krigler says play the intro.
Your Honor, I'm pretty sure we have a mistrial here, sir.
I'm going to mistrial my foot up your ass. You don't shut up.
Yeah, that's right. I got clips. I'm armed and dangerous here, buddy. I'm armed and dangerous. Okay. Anyway. So, we're going to watch, though. I have it pinned to Gavin and Biden's speeches today, because that's what we want to do, right? We want to spend our day watching Gavin and Biden talk. I think that'll be, that'll kind of be like dying slowly. We've got that. And then the other stuff. I mean, we've got a really interesting update in Gavin McInnes's case. Gavin McInnes versus the Southern Poverty Law Center. You may remember this case from 2 years ago or from more recently when I was discussing different stuff with Ron Coleman. And he informed me that he was the attorney on that Gavin McInnes case, watched part of my video, and hated it because I was saying how bad the case was or the filings. And I had no idea. That makes me super happy. Wait, invite Adam on? Does he want to come on the show? Oh, hell yeah. I'll send him an invite. That'll be good. It's a random Adam appears. Maybe. I mean, he could be trolling again. He could be trolling again. But he is invited. I'm going to switch to headphones then. Otherwise, we'll get probably some. I really should switch the headphones I have in my office again, because these are not my favorite. But yeah, so we've got we'll hit the Biden and Newsom stuff at the beginning. We've got Gavin McInnes getting a baffling update in his case 2 years after it's filed. And then after that, Russel Greer is flailing at Joshua Moon. So is Melinda Scott. Her appeal has been filed. Guys, actually, a lot of stuff has happened. Ethan Van Sciver and DA Talks have filed their responses to Preston, and Preston has filed his reply to Ethan Van Sciver. It is stupid. So I don't know how else to describe it other than it is a stupid sort of thing. But yeah, there's that. Oh, Drex, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth. He prefers the old camera. You're the old camera. You're the old and busted. You don't get to be the cool black guy. This isn't Men in Black. This is real life. I get to be cool and you don't. Okay, so Ethan Van Sciver and DA Talks have both filed their motions to dismiss. Preston has responded to Ethan. It's a bad response, but it'll be good to read through. I might do that tomorrow. Just do the whole thing in like one shot. Melinda Scott has filed her appeal. That of course is pretty interesting news in the Kiwi Farms case, except it isn't interesting news because her appeal is doomed as it is terrible. Yeah, I'm noticing a low connection unstable thing here. It's up to fairly good. You got to understand, I am in a lightning storm right now outside. So hopefully my internet will hold on through all this. Hopefully. Adam, check your DMs. I sent him. Oh, there he is. Hey, what's up, man?
What up, dog?
Oh, I like your new setup. It's like written and cozy.
Check my DMs. What?
No, I was yelling at you to check the DM and get in here because it was.
Oh, I still hear you on your video. Hold on, let me mute your ass so I don't have to listen to you twice. Jeez, once is good enough. Goodness,
seems racist. I don't know.
What up, dog?
Dude, okay. So the last time I saw you, you had flowing hair like Jesus, and then you kept it under a beanie, and now you're all like trimmed up, looking like an American PewDiePie. What is this?
Yeah, man.
Adam Strelberg.
I had to cut the past away. You know what I'm saying? Shedding myself away from that crap hole.
You keep dropping these little nuggets on Twitter. Like I'll see one sprinkled over here like Salt Bay. Like, oh yeah, tell me about Tim Poole with your honest opinion, guy. Like I see that and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for the juice on this story. I can't wait for Adam to come along and finally just spill it. And I have this idea. And this dark fantasy that it's going to be the most mundane and boring story that there is, and that this whole like hype machine is just the buildup to a huge plateau.
Let down. Yeah.
No, it won't be a letdown. It'll just be like, oh, okay.
Well, I can. Well, I got a few things to say about this. Number one is, if you read between the lines on my tweets, dude, I subtweet the shit out of some people. And then
listen, he's doing a Ready Player One with his Twitter live on YouTube right now. He's like, listen, if you can follow the 80s reference.
Hold on, let me tweet something real quick.
Yeah.
Yo, no, seriously, it's all right, so I know some inside information. You know what? This is breaking news. I'll break some news right now on your show.
Breaking
news. I know there's a whistleblower out there. Did you guys watch my episode about that Daily Beast bullshit article that was written about Tim?
No, I have not.
Do you know what the article I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
Holy shit.
Fill me in, or I can pull it up. Here.
Dude, hold on one sec.
Daily
Beast, Tim Poole.
Howard and Phony Tim Poole became one of the biggest whatever.
Yes.
Political YouTubers on the. Okay,
I can't. Are you serious? You haven't seen this article?
No. You know what's weird? So I hate the Daily Beast with a passion,
okay.
and
as you should.
Right, and so I don't read Daily Beast. However, the other day, I started getting a shitload of Daily Beast ads, or not ads, but articles in my Google News feed. And I'm like, how the hell am I getting this? But I didn't get this one because I would have clicked on it because it's got a funny headline. I 100% would have clicked on this.
So I know, I figured you'd like this one. So I read this and I couldn't stop reading it. I mean, I know Tim more than probably everyone on the internet. I mean, we were roommates. I've been whatever. I know the guy, and this article is just filled with bullshit about him. Granted, the dude actually did a really good job of researching Tim. Like he's actually fairly accurate about Tim and all of his. I don't know. Half of the article is actually really legit, and half of it's kind of ridiculous, but. All right,
I think that's where Daily Beast lives.
Yeah, so you can get rid of this article now. This is the breaking news, right?
Okay.
So this guy, what's the guy? Robert Silverman, right?
Yeah.
So there's a whistleblower. I'm not going to say who it is, working with this guy, who it's not me. All right, I'm not talking to the guy. He wanted to talk to me, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm not spilling the beans, but. There are people that are spilling the shit out of the beans. That's all I'm going to say.
This is why I work alone. They'd be like,
I work alone.
That guy is such a dick. Have you heard him laugh at fat people? Oh my God. And they're like, this isn't new though. We need something on the inside. Okay. I asked you a question on Twitter, and I've got a bone to pick with you because
what
you answered in a, how did he describe Tim Poole? Phony and cowardly way.
I forgot. I forgot about that. Damn. Wait, what did I say? What did you ask me?
How tall is Tim Poole? I have to know. How tall is he?
Wait, I'll answer this, but why? Why do you want to know?
Because there's that picture of him with like Vaush and Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk looks like he's 9 feet tall. And then Vaush looks like he's 5'10", and Tim Poole looks like he's 4'6". And so I'm like, what is happening in this picture? I need to know, like, because I mostly, like, for one, I figure Tim is not a very tall guy. But I read that Vaush is like 6'2" or 6'3", and I can't picture that. So I'm
I don't
trying to
think
figure
Vaush is
out.
that tall. I've never been in the same room as Vaush, but when I was living in the Tim Castle cult castle Cass Castle, I had like the back area, right, and my windows. I had the in-law suite, so I didn't actually see anybody, which was the only reason I was able to live there. But I had windows looking out into the forest and stuff, and my wife came up to me. She's like, "Yo, there's some dude in the backyard. It's freaking me out." And I'm like, "What?" And I walked over with her, and I saw Vaush scoping the house out. I'm not joking, dude. And I like was talking to Tim like a couple days later. I think it was the next day. I was like, "Yo, that shit was weird. Like, dude was scoping the house out." And he was like, "What time?" I was like, "I don't know, like 4:30." And he's like, "He wasn't supposed to be here at that time." Like, no one knew he was here. He was literally scoping the house out. I was like, "Dude, I don't know." So I saw him from a distance scoping the house, and I was like, "All right, that's not okay."
And he was
Weird.
trying to find some capitalism. He's like, "I smell capitalism.
It's around here somewhere.
Yeah,
I smell it.
Very attuned to the smell of capitalism. I run from it.
Yeah, right.
I've developed a self-defense mechanism and must get out." Oh,
It's
God.
it's a musk he exudes.
Oh,
Too far? No.
yeah. No, I've seen the stream with him shirtless. I mean, I don't want to imagine Musk exuding from that. Ugh.
Okay, I see you,
Okay.
chat. I see you, chat. All right.
Yes.
The answer is, so I'm all right. I don't know how tall Vaush is, but I'm 6 foot, almost 1 inch. I don't know, somewhere between 6 foot and 6 foot 1 inch. Tim is about, I don't know his exact height, but he is shorter than me. And that's what my answer was. But I would say he's about 2.5 inches shorter than me. So like 5'10".
So like a 5'9" to 5'10" range.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've been watching Sam the cooking guy on YouTube, and the other day he said, I don't know, he's got like 3 million. He cooks like just normal kind of food, but he's got like 3 million subscribers. I like him.
Why? What is he? Does he do it like?
He's just charming.
Oh, just charming guy. Okay.
Yeah, and he cooks food that's pretty accessible. But anyway, I'm not a slouch of a cook, but sometimes it's like, oh yeah, go source $400 of ingredients so that you can use like a shaving of one type of truffle. It's like, okay,
yeah, I love that.
But anyway, he was
and then it rots in your cupboard, and you waste the money.
He was talking the other day about how he's 5'10.5", but he wanted to be 6'1" or something, and I was like, 5'10.5" is 6 feet shorter than 6'1", and so that's still true. That's still true. So Tim is actually 6 feet 2 inches shorter than you.
Okay.
Yeah, just so we know.
Yeah.
just so we get that.
Breaking news. The real reason why I was fired from Tim Casarel.
He was tired of getting on a ladder to meet you eye to eye. You listen here, Adam.
You're wrong, man. You're wrong.
Okay. So I've got the Gavin Newsom.
Oh yeah, let's watch this shit.
And think. But there's one thing I was going to bring up first. I mean, Twitter says we need to take a moment for this.
Oh God.
We need to take a moment for this. Do you know the Met Gala is going on?
Oh God. No, don't show me that shit.
Yes. We need to apparently take a moment for Dan Levy's Met Gala look.
Oh goodness.
Look at that. Oh
my
God.
What?
Yeah, here I'll get some better pictures of it. Look at this.
Thanks. Yeah. Okay. Is that map shoulder blades and map men?
What is happening?
Making out?
Would you okay, I know you would never wear this outfit, like in general, right?
No. No.
Probably.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Okay, but ignore the ridiculous aesthetic for a second.
Okay.
Would you wear a shirt of any kind or any style or cut that has two men kissing but is also literally a map in 2021, right? Like,
I'll answer it this way. I wouldn't wear a shirt of anyone making out, even if they're maps or not. That just doesn't. I don't get it. Why? That's not something I would do.
This is the ultimate troll, because this is an LGBTQ shirt, right? Like, that's the obvious thing here. It's two men kissing, and that's what he's getting praised for.
Hey, whoa. Did you just gender the people on his shirt? You don't know.
That's true.
How do you know?
That's true. I'm just assuming because, well,
it could
that's
be
how
that Elliot person.
I grew up in older times, and it's hard for me to break out of the life that I've been accustomed to my whole life. But no, but
that's not an excuse for your bigotry.
The two persons kissing on the shirt are both maps, which I wouldn't do. Like, that's that's the greatest troll.
Hold on.
Yeah,
or does it say something about Hollywood because of what a map is? You know what a map is, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's a minor attracted person.
No.
he's like,
I quit. I'm out. All right, peace out. you lost me. I'm good.
But yeah, I saw this. For some reason, again, my Google News knows.
I liked him in Schitt's Creek. Schitt's Creek was great. Did you watch Schitt's Creek?
No, my dad says I should watch it because it's funny, but
it is pretty funny.
I don't watch. I watch hardly anything on TV. I just don't get around to it time wise.
Yeah.
But
too busy being a jackass.
Literally, yes. But my phone the other day decided I need to see all this fashion news, and it started sending me, like, again, it replaced Daily Beast with Vogue. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't.
Who do they think you are?
I don't know. Like, you're supposed to be smart. You are the future. Oh Jesus. Okay. Let me pull up the Gavin thing. I've got him coming on screen right after this other weirdo. I think it was the mayor of Long Beach or something. Does Long Beach have a mayor? Is that a city or is that like an area?
I have no idea.
Well, anyway, I think. Tell me if I don't have audio.
So that's creepy, Gavin. I see. I could recognize that that gel hair anywhere.
Yeah, and then the other guy is. I could scroll back like 10 seconds if I could figure out how to use my mouse. This guy. Who's this guy? This is.
I don't know who that is at all.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, good. I don't want to talk about him anyway. Okay, tell me if you can't hear this. Can you hear this?
I can hear it, yeah.
Turn it down just a hair.
What?
Yes!
Did he actually walk out to that?
White people dancing. Clapping in rhythm. Kind of.
Everybody. You're all just happy because you know we're almost near the end of the program. I know my audience.
Oh, God, pause it real quick. Hold on.
Yep.
Dude, he's got the same energy as Biden does when he's around like people that he thinks are attracted to him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like,
so when Biden's around
thinks
kids,
they're all looking at him like, this guy's hot. He's like, yeah, y'all like me. He's got that energy, man. I hate that shit.
Yeah, the reason that is this is an intimate crowd, we'll call it. Because when they cut to the crowd, you'll see it's really it's not
like,
large.
It's like his grandmother, his friends.
I'm really glad you missed my Biden joke.
Oh, I missed it.
You said the thing about thinking they were attracted to him. I said, so when Biden's around kids.
No.
You're going to regret coming on
You saw that
the
Trump
show.
picture, right? You saw those kids trolling him? Wearing Trump stuff?
Were they? Oh,
dude,
wait.
Where have you been?
I saw the picture of all the kids around Biden, but I didn't look at what they were wearing. I thought the joke was, oh, Christ. Do you have it?
Yeah, I got it. Hold on. Let me go ahead. Play it. I'll pull this up.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
I'm humbled and inspired and gratified that all of you took the time to be here. Especially that section right there.
Oh, God. It's the Golden Girls section.
You guys are coming on the bus with me right after this.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Not campaigning.
Wait, I want to point out that when I
what did
hover
you say
over,
there? What was
we're
that last
done.
bit?
We're done campaigning. That's what he said. Okay, but I want to point out. Do you see what the next video? If I click next, have you seen this from Rose McGowan? Is on Larry Elder's side.
Yeah, I did a segment on my show tonight about that.
Oh my God.
She
I gotta
snapped,
watch your
dude.
show. I gotta watch your show so I can just steal your content. That'd be
There you go.
That's way
Have at it.
easier than doing my own stuff.
Just leave a like, yeah.
Yeah. Like and share, please. When you
Like
steal.
and share. I'm cool with it. Dude, pop that video. Pop that picture up. Hold on. Pop that
Wait.
picture.
I'm not showing you sharing it yet.
Oh no, I sent it in private chat.
Oh, okay. And that's what we need.
All right, so there's a lot to take from this picture. All right. So first you see the president sitting with some kids, and then you start to notice the Trump hats. The I'll be back Trump shirt.
I like that it's blue, so it avoids detection.
Right.
The blue MAGA hat.
Yeah, but what's the girl in the Trump hat? If you look on her right side, dude,
Okay.
Biden is gripping her with his hands.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
the fingers down here on the
Yeah, dude.
That's above the hip.
Yo,
Ooh.
and I'm going to reiterate what I said here. Stop letting this man touch your children. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Yes. Plus, they're all in Crocs.
Holy shit, I never noticed that.
Well, all of them are in Crocs.
What's up with the Crocs?
I don't know.
Do you have a pair of Crocs?
No,
It's true.
I do not.
No?
They're
All
they're
right.
so weird to me. My kids. Some of my kids have some Crocs.
Mhm.
But I think only one of them has. They're like Croc sandals though. Like they're not the full Croc anymore.
What do you think, chat?
They look. Crocs look uncomfortable to me, so that's why I
They
don't
do
know.
look uncomfortable. They look sweaty.
Yeah, and I don't go on boats, so I don't need shoes that ventilate like that. I don't or irrigate. I don't know what they do. They drain. But yeah,
do something.
I did not see the two Trump hats. That makes
Look at the
me
kid's shirt on the
really
right.
happy. Yeah, and this I'll be back.
I'll be back.
shirt. It's got his signature on it too.
Oh, it's glorious.
I wonder what this is. What this little emblem is. It's hard to see. I don't think
know.
I
Here, I can zoom in on it. Oh, you zoom in?
I can't zoom in any more than
Just right click and open image in a new window.
Yeah.
You boomer. Zoom in. You're welcome.
Well, this is what we're focused on here is these fingers.
Dude,
God, it's
he's
creepy.
gripping her, man.
Yeah. It looks like a fire hat, like a fire, fire rescue hat, I think.
You look really close and it's like Trump won.
I thought it was DJT. I thought that's what it was, and that would have been so funny.
Yeah,
but,
true.
But I can't make out what that actually is. Oh, 343 fireman shirt is what someone says in the chat. Sheldon Hall.
Oh, nice. Thanks, chat.
The chat is always there for us.
Chat is the best.
God, kind of like those fingers are there on this little girl.
Oh, God.
Seriously.
Right?
Ugh.
And then everyone's like, look at the top left. Look at the top left. And I'm like, what the hell? Just because there's a letter Q there, people are like, oh.
This proves it. He's getting thrown out by the military tomorrow.
Trump will be reinstated
6 months later. Okay. They needed this time. All right, let's get
Where were we?
in a disaster. That's where we were.
Oh, this shit.
Long Beach,
Shit.
we have 24 more hours to vote no on this Republican recall.
Look at that crowd.
24
There's dozens.
more hours to send a message. A big and powerful message. But let me start by just making a point because it needs to be said.
Oh, good. Let's see what he's got to say.
Mayor speak, and I couldn't be more proud of the mayor and remarkable U.S. Senator that I had the privilege of, having a chance to appoint in Alex Padilla. And by the way, there's a rule in politics: always have the person that appointed you introduce you. And so I'm to the senator for his introduction. But I want to make
Wait a minute. But the senator didn't appoint Gavin. Gavin
No, he-
appointed the senator. So he said that wrong.
Yeah, he did.
So he needs to go introduce the senator, not what a fucking idiot. These guys always crack me up. Like on the sign language person. Like
Did you see the woman that sign languaged WAP for Cardi B?
No. Oh God. Was that available only on Pornhub? Like, is that?
It's brutal, dude. It should be. It was floating around Twitter for a little bit. I was dying when I saw it.
Was it Carly Summers or whatever?
I don't have quick access to that one though. But dude, it was hilarious.
You can't put that on YouTube anyway. Lightning will strike.
It probably is. Yo, chat saw it. Chat's laughing. They know.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Back to this weirdo. I'm gonna have to do super chats in a little bit, but just to keep up. But here we go.
point about Long Beach, because I think about Long Beach, I think about LA County,
Look at those neck veins.
I think about the state of California, I think about the energy that's here in this audience.
He pointed at the
audience.
Golden Girls again.
I may actually bring you after the election's over with me on the road.
Oh, geez. Bro,
Unbelievable.
calm it down.
But I want to make this point. We're in Long Beach, and we drove in with the president, and we looked at all
He thought that might get claps.
on the road.
Are the homeless people on the road? Is that the
There are a
joke?
lot more than you saw than the folks just out there celebrating
Dude,
the
he
fact
thinks he's so cool.
President Biden is here in California. But
Wait, so was his
He
point?
said it again, trying to get claps. Seriously.
And
Sorry, go ahead.
I think what he's saying, help me translate the silliness of this guy. Is
Okay.
he saying that on the road as he drove in, that there were a bunch of people that were totally more than are here protesting Biden, because that's who's alluding to outside. There are totally more on the road on the way here that are in support of him.
You saw that, right? You saw the video of everyone booing him when he arrived?
No,
Oh,
I haven't been, I haven't been watching this disaster because I was doing other stuff, but
I got you, dog. Play this clip. This is from Drew Hernandez. If you guys don't know him, follow him. He's awesome.
You're
Check
like
this
a-
clip out.
you're like a Twitter machine.
Bro,
Just-
I sift the internet all day long for my show.
Yeah, I should do more, apparently, but I can't. Twitter just drives me nuts. Okay, here we go.
There's more people here booing the president that were showing up for Gavin Newsom.
I see a lot of fuck Biden. A lot of fuck Biden.
Oh,
flag.
they're there, man. They're there.
That's not a good start. That's
No.
not good. But I want to replay what Newsom said because I'm pretty sure I heard that right.
Running over old homeless people or something.
Here we go.
and we looked at all those remarkable people on the road.
No, go back further.
Yeah.
With the but
Okay.
I want to make this point. We're in Long Beach, and we drove in with the president, and we looked at all those remarkable people on the road.
Yep. Homeless.
There
What
are
the?
a lot more
What is that smile?
than the folks just out there celebrating the fact that President Biden is here in California. But
Wait,
Yeah,
who did he see?
He just pulled a massive cope is what he did.
Yo,
like-
he totally did.
He's like, I saw those remarkable people on the road. He was talking about all the people booing Biden.
Yep.
It's like, but there's a lot more supporting him than are out there.
Well, maybe
Sorry.
that just wasn't filmed.
Yeah, look,
No
it was
one
a
had cameras.
non-representative sample. That's all. That's all we're saying. It was just they just found the one corner
Yes.
where all the Trump people got together because they
Mhm.
called ahead of time, just like they did for January 6th or whatever. They got on Parler and they're like, we're all gonna meet and boo Biden at this one corner in California when he passes in his car, because that's the most effective place to do it, is when he's passing in his limo. So we'll all do it there. That's Gavin's interpretation, apparently. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me read a couple of these chats that came in before the show, because I'll lose them. Nate Dog, RIP, says, I think Chris Chan's court date is on the 16th. Make your mark in Christery. No, I think it is. And I think not Kim Potts. The taser lady's court date is on the 17th in Minnesota. That's going to be a disaster too. Patrick McHugh says a white pill for people is that in 2020, Democrats scraped by with Biden using everything they could to win. 2022 will be 94 or 10. Also, Berserk has a censored version with no nipples, and AOT's manga ending sucks. Okay. Yeah. The censored version is what's available on HBO Max, it's just weird to watch. It's weird to see smooth breasts that are supposed to be naked. Like, that's a strange thing to me.
What do you mean, like smooth breast, like no nipples or what?
Yeah, it's an animated show, Berserk.
Okay. Never watched it.
If you're gonna watch any Berserk stuff, you could just go on like Netflix and watch the Golden Arc trilogy or whatever. Those movies are pretty fun and pretty accessible, but it's a pretty adult anime. It's got lots of nudity. It's got lots of violence, which is great. But in the follow-up season that they released on streaming services, they edited out any of the nipples. And so there are bare breasts, but they're just round.
Weird.
And smooth and monochromatic. It's awkward. It just doesn't look right.
All right.
Okay, anyway. Patrick McHugh says, also, could you do a Mr. Hands review with Drex? What the fuck is Mr. Hands? Maybe. When I figure out what that is, I'll think about it. Phil Labooty says, may have to watch this later as I am in the midst of having to defend my home from a natural Australian disaster. Burn, baby, burn. Oh, well, no.
I was going to say the government.
Yeah. Yes. It's either a government, a wildfire, a plague of spiders, a drop bear, some breed of snake, or an emu. Random Blaze says, new Scott versus Moon filings on the farms rackets. Yes, I've alluded to them in the title. Are you actually going to watch a movie tonight or going to go to bed again like a weakling? You owes 4 movies, including tonight. Binge them tonight. I will watch a movie tonight. I'm not watching 5, you ridiculous monster. Okay. That caught up the early ones. And then we've got Andrew War Snowboard says that smile makes him think he's some satanic cross between Henry Winkler and John Travolta. This dude couldn't be full of any more soy. Damn.
I was going to say shit, but I mean, it's like a soy shit sandwich with this guy.
It's shit from someone who only eats tofu. That's what he's full of. Disgusting.
There it is.
Oh, wait. Yeah. You're a vegan. I forgot.
Actually,
I didn't mean that as an insult to
technically,
you.
I'm not vegan anymore.
Wait, why? Did you eat human flesh or?
Wait, is that what non-vegans do or what?
Well, I mean, I would assume human flesh is not vegan, so I just went with the most plausible option since you've been avoiding all the other meats.
No, I got, because I live in the out in the boonies now. I get eggs from like a farmer that has like free range chickens. Yeah, so I'm having eggs again.
Attaboy. Pretty soon you'll be just mainlining steak.
Right into my veins.
Just shove a
you were doing it.
Shove a porterhouse into an IV. Just get there. Yes. Okay, here we go.
But we're also celebrating the fact that we're in Long Beach, one of the most diverse cities, in the most diverse county, LA County, in the most diverse state, California, in the world's most diverse democracy, the United States of America.
United States is not a democracy. It's a
Celebrate
constitutional
our
republic, you fucking jackass.
Thank you.
We celebrate our diversity in this state. And at our best, we celebrate our diversity in the United States of America.
Briefly, so when I haven't watched this because it happened during my downtime from 9 to 11. I put my kids to bed, hang out with my wife.
Yeah.
And so I had to just pause it, but I had this on earlier when I think Newsom's wife or partner, she's called, because she can't be a wife, I guess. That would be
Why
bigoted.
not?
I don't
I thought
know.
they're married. Dude,
Yeah, but
Rose McGowan is saying they're married. The shit she was saying.
I'm just saying.
Please tell me you at least know what's going on with the Rose calling these people out.
Yeah, she's saying that his wife is covering for his sexual abuse and harassment of people, right?
Well, not his per se, but like she was trying to minimize the damage from Harvey Weinstein before his shit came out.
Oh, okay.
So she was covering for Weinstein. Why? And then, dude, Rose lays out the whole freaking connection of who's married to who's like his brother-in-law and shit. It's just like, oh.
I like how Rose McGowan basically, like she cut all her hair off and said, "I'm signing a suicide pact of information," and then she started just dumping on everybody. And it's like you're just waiting for her to nail the right powerful person. And I mean, I don't mean in the sexual way. I mean getting them nailing down what they've done, and then it'll be like, "Oh, Rose McGowan dies of COVID." She should like publicize her vaccine status and everything, so we all know that she didn't die of COVID or something. But
dude, she's a freaking fighter, man.
Look at this look on his face.
Dude, he's a scary looking guy. Like that is freaking Gavin Bateman, man.
You know my favorite Gavin Newsom factoid is that, you know, his ex is now married to like Trump Jr.
Trump Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, he got cucked by a Trump.
He cheated on her or something, or I think, and then now she upgraded.
Look at that look. I'm gonna start slicking my hair back so I can do. That's the politician cut. I don't know anyone else who can do this, like the weird slick back, but the politicians do it all the time.
I mean, I've been doing it, but I do it rough. This dude's got like, you can see each individual like line of the comb. You know what I mean? Like, dude, how long does it take you to do that?
He has an illegal immigrant to gel every hair strand individually. Calls him his gardener. It's really rude and bigoted and racist of Gavin Newsom to do that, but that's what he does.
He has him do it while he's sleeping, so he wakes up and his hair is like perfectly done.
Yeah, exactly. He lays with his head off the bed, but his neck's in traction, so it's okay. It's weird. Very strange sleeping habits.
Yeah.
Okay, back to this.
What makes California great is that we can live together and advance together and prosper together across every conceivable difference.
Square inch of Venice Beach. Damn it, I missed it.
It really is. And I want you to all know that issue, the issue of diversity, of pluralism, the issue that defines so much of our politics, that's all on the ballot tomorrow night.
Oh,
nope,
God.
Just
Did
you.
he really just say that?
The ballot tomorrow.
Yeah, racism is on the ballot tomorrow because you can either vote for the white guy or the black guy.
They need to make up their minds, yo. Is it white people the problem or not? That's what they keep saying it. But keep voting for me. This fucking guy.
We got diversity on the ballot tomorrow. White versus black, and we know you're picking white.
Wow.
Economic justice is on the ballot tomorrow night.
How?
Again, always coming from the richest. You saw AOC's dress, right, at the Met Gala? The tax the rich
Did you
dress?
see my response to that shit?
No. Again, all of this happened in the past couple hours. So
Hold on. I'm not gonna tell you. I just want you to just pull it up and see it. Because I kind of was just like, I mean, I didn't snap, but I didn't not snap, I guess. Keep going.
Look at all these tweets.
Keep going.
Oh my god. This
One more.
one?
One more. Well, keep going until you see her dress. There it is.
All right, bitch, that's you. Perfect. Exactly.
Bitch, that's
Exactly.
you.
You're
you make
the elite.
You make almost $200,000 a year. Shut the fuck up. Are you kidding me?
And that's not counting the breeding stock DNA that she donates for the racetrack, right?
Oh God.
With those teeth, I can only assume she has strong horse DNA. That stuff sells for big money. Okay, here we go. I better watch out. She could take the skin off your arm like a corn cob.
Or just kick your head off.
Social justice is on the ballot tomorrow night.
Seriously, he said that.
Environmental justice is on the ballot tomorrow night. I just came back from Northern California. I had the privilege of being with the president. And we took a flight in Marine One over Grizzly Flats, California. And any of you been paying any attention to what's going on in Northern California? A lot of folks all across the country are.
Is that the heroin needles that are all over San Francisco, or the poop that's all over San Francisco?
He's going to talk about the wildfires, but they're fucking. They've happened. They always go on. It's always burning, and they're not allowed to freaking clear the brush or prune the forest, so they burn. It's like it's his own fault. This shit pisses me off. He's about to say the wildfires.
I haven't seen California not on fire in the past decade.
Right? In one way or another.
Are not surprised why we began the day up there. 2.2 million acres have already burned in the state of California so far this year.
That's like less land than he owns.
This guy. I'm so fed up with these fucking Democrats.
Fires. We currently have 13,000 personnel, firefighters, dozers, hand crews, 13,000 working 15 active wildfires right now.
Are they all vaccinated? You son of a bitch. They better be vaccinated because
all right, I got mad respect for those
COVID.
guys though. I got mad respect for those firefighters. My cousin is a wildfire firefighter, and those guys are crazy.
I know, and the idea of mandating vaccines amongst people who are out there like on the front lines fighting forest fires is right. That's the thing that is pissing me off. Okay, I get to play the did you see?
Yeah, let's see it.
Did you see the Canadian first responders all standing in protest of vaccine mandates in Canada?
No.
Oh,
wow.
Well,
what the hell is that?
Oh, the Ruby characters have gotten vaccinated. Just so you know, Warner Media is doing this with all their property. So you can find This is from the official Ruby page, and if we scroll down, Warner Media actually subtweets them somewhere in here. Where did it go? Oh Jesus! I could probably just use a Control F.
You just went past it.
I did it. See, you're really like way better at Twitter than I am. See, if you've got it, flaunt it. Arm bandage. So glad to have you on the team. This is Warner Media. 6 likes, Adam. 6 likes.
How many followers I got?
Only 80,000 or 76.9 thousand.
Get wrecked, Warner Media.
6 fucking likes. Thank you, corporation, for giving medical advice to citizens.
Based.
But they've been doing this on all their brands. So like, yeah, there's a Batman and Harley Quinn version of this where Batman has a Band-Aid not only over his costume, but also over the cape, because apparently they shoved the needle through the cape and his costume to give him the jab. These fucking people.
And his blood goes out that way instead of like down in under the suit.
Here we go. Oh, I passed 21,000. Yay. I'm very happy. Very happy.
Oh shit, let me retweet that.
What, this Glenn Greenwald thing?
No, you were like, Adam, just join me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, get out there.
I don't give a fuck about Greenwald. No, I mean,
he's right,
base,
though.
but
Lots of people commenting snidely on the lack of masks and social distancing in this opulent indoor event in the middle of a pandemic. But as was true of Obama's indoor bash, COVID wasn't invited to the Met Gala, and these are the sophisticated people who aren't in danger. So, of course, nailing it. There are no masks present at the Met Gala.
only the plebs.
Let's see. Look at these dresses from there.
Is that did she take ivermectin?
She injected it directly into her tits, and this is what happened. I love this. This girl, if I remember right, is the one who made it. And just look at her face, realizing what just happened. She's like, my stupid thing has shown up now on national television, and I look like a fucking idiot. Okay. Well,
wow.
Great. Thank you. Here we go. Where was...
Dude, what are we even looking for again?
This thing.
Oh, this thing. All right, yeah, I didn't see this. What's this?
So these are Canadian first responders gathering at Queen's Park, Toronto for a silent protest against the mandatory vaccinations.
Awesome. Dude, vote PPC.
PPC.
Yeah, PPC, yo. I hope Canada saves themselves, man.
I'm just sitting here baffled that Canada is like, their frontline responders are teaching Americans and the rest of the world about liberty.
Right?
Look at Dick Masterson right there. That was weird. Yeah, there they are. Anyway, I thought that was cool. Very cool. Protesting and to me, that's a much more meaningful protest than screaming and burning a Target down. But you don't get as many laptops this way. So there's a trade-off. Okay, here we go.
4 of the top 20 largest wildfires in California's history have occurred in the last few months here in the state of California.
And if you elect Larry Elder, there will be 10 times more fires.
State, but around the globe,
Larry Elder will just ignite California.
California's recorded history.
Around the globe, we just experienced the hottest summer in California's history. Okay, that's weird.
That was well put there, Gavin.
But the funniest part of that, when you get wherever people are on global warming is fine, but when you get into what he just said, the history of California isn't all that long on a geological timeline. In fact, it's just a fart. I mean, it's
it's true.
It's not even that long on the U.S. timeline. So to say it's the hottest on in California's history isn't that old, and it's been much hotter. So that's kind of weird, but that just a little science for Gavin.
Semantics,
Yeah. We still have people that are in complete denial, that don't believe climate change is real.
Is real. There it is. He's a Jew.
People that still call it a hoax. Larry Elder, who calls it a myth.
Whoa. I don't know.
Larry Elder, who says his solution to the climate issue is more offshore oil drilling off the coast of Long Beach.
Yes.
Did he say that?
I don't know, but I hope that's what he said. Like, I don't
trust this guy for shit. I don't know if that's true or not.
But what is drilling for oil offshore of Long Beach have anything to do with global warming? Like,
I have no idea.
There's like drilling for oil here rather than there doesn't do anything in regards to climate change, even if you accept the premise that we are anthropogenically or whatever.
Dude, it's so stupid when I hear Democrats use this argument, because Biden halted the pipeline that was an American company that was going to bring gas to America. Mm-hmm. He's holding Texans' hands behind their backs so they're not allowed to pump out as much oil as they could do, because there's lots of oil in Texas. But then he greenlights a Canadian pipeline and a Russian pipeline, and then is asking other countries to sell us oil. So, like, It's the same fucking thing in a different country, but people are like, yeah, but we're green energy now. It's like, no, we're not. It's the same fucking thing, but now it's more expensive, and it's because Biden is going to other countries instead of letting us make it ourselves. It's the same fucking thing. It's still Earth.
And the funny thing is, American oil companies can be held to high standards because we're America. And one, we're the people who write the standards typically on these sorts of things. And then those laws are enforceable. We have no control over like where Russia is pumping oil out of or how they're doing it or what their refining process is, what their waste disposal is. But we would over US companies doing it.
Actually, you're wrong. We actually did have some sanctions on Russia, which Biden lifted. And now he's putting a freaking underwater pipeline through the Baltic Sea. Like, those were sanctions that we had in place that Biden lifted.
Well, so we wouldn't want oil to spill on the ground. We don't want oil to spill on the ground in case of an accident. We want it to just dump into the Baltic Sea.
Yeah, sure.
Which, I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess in a way that's kind of funny because, like, screw the Baltic Sea. I don't care about it. But it doesn't really comport with the ideas of overall environmental, health. Mm-hmm. Jared says, have y'all seen the college students chanting "fuck Biden" at the college football games? Michigan, Ole Miss, Michigan, Ole Miss, Alabama, to name a few.
There's so many, dude. There's so many of those videos.
I haven't, but that's great. God.
Most popular present my ass.
Well, and we know that the left, they respond deeply to chanting. Like we know because any left-leaning gathering, that's all there is. There's like some asshole will be out there, dum, 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 and then a chant is 2 seconds away, and they're gonna chant, and you like, oh, I got to think of something before someone dumber thinks of something, and we're stuck chanting that. That's how they go.
I feel like there's a difference though. Their side, what they do is, one ringleader will say some stupid shit and someone else and the rest of the drones will repeat it. Yeah. And then this is different. This is everyone going, fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah. See that it's the call and response versus like the organic unity chant, right? Because the call and response chant, I don't know if you know this, but it comes out of the Bible, not really, but spirituality in general, because the congregations couldn't read. So you had the call, you had the one person who either could read or knew the words would call out the lines, and then the response from the congregants who had a much lower literacy rate. So it's beautiful. It's perfect. Whereas the Chad college chanters are all literate and they can all chant in unison. They don't need help.
Oh, that's great.
General Isimo says, as an action movie ad, Cuties, California's desperate bid to starve Arc-Lich Ruth Bader Ginsburg of childhood innocence. It succeeded. Unfortunately, they forgot her sire. Come on, man. Now it's up to one black white supremacist to save America. Jospy says, I voted PPC. Let's take this slit hole back. Attaboy. Attaboy.
Awesome.
All right, here we go.
It's a remarkable moment in our state and nation's history. With all the progress we've made, define ourselves not by our differences, but the things that bind us together. To be a majority minority.
I could be a sign language guy.
California.
That binds us together to be like, why is the goal to be a majority minority state? Like what? I don't get the end
goal. They want democracy. They want mob rule.
I don't get the end goal being a diverse populace as like, not that I have any, I'm not opposed to a diverse populace or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I know some people are, and that's fine too, but I don't have strong feelings either way, but I don't get why the end goal would be that. Like, we want to make it so the minority is the majority.
What's wrong with just being American? I don't give a fuck what color your skin is.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened to that?
Like I don't understand like what the why that is an end game in the first place. It's just baffling to me. It's like that doesn't accomplish anything. It doesn't mean anything,
Right.
in theory.
And he said progress. Like, look at all the progress we made. What progress? The insane amount of homeless people, the people fighting in the streets, the trash everywhere. Dude, Gavin, you ruined California. What progress? The America is more divided today than any day in my lifetime. Anyway,
Yeah. No, same for me. I can't think of a time when when the people were more at each other's throats.
Yeah.
Not like there's been some tense politicking and stuff like that. I really think that we're at a worse time there too. But you could maybe make the argument that there's some worse time in politics in our lifetime, I guess. But the people, like just on the street, when I talk to people, I keep meeting old people around my community, and they ask me what I do. And I'm like, well, I'm on YouTube or whatever. And they're like, oh, really? What's your show? I'll watch it. And I was like, don't.
I just word vomit, online.
I go on and talk about funny stuff, but don't watch it. There's lots of jokes that you probably don't need to hear in your life. But but I really don't want them to like come in because I don't know what they're like. And so I'm always a little apprehensive. Like, I don't know where they lean politically. My community is fairly right leaning, but I don't know. And so I'm always like, just don't watch it. It'd be better. Come over and have a bottle. Like you and your wife come over and have a bottle of wine with me and my wife, and it'll be fine. Let's just do that instead of you watching my show ever.
Please. Here's a 20. Don't watch my show.
I'm gonna start sending them. I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm Adam Krigler on YouTube. Just just watch my show.
They're like, wow, his nose is a lot smaller.
Yeah. His hair is way better today. Okay, here we go.
Back to the shit.
Progress we have made over the course of the last number of decades to lead the nation in a series of issues. All of that is at risk if we don't turn out and vote no on this recall tomorrow.
Now, see, this is the one reason I am on Gavin's side, because as much damage as he has done to California, the cameras on Venice Beach are hilarious. And I have a feeling like if Larry Elder or someone else comes in and were to sweep up the Venice Beach problem, we would be deprived of some good old fashioned bum fights. You used to have to pay for the VHS of bum fights. And right now you can just go online to any number of live feeds and watch them for free.
See, I don't know if I agree, because I have friends that live on Venice Beach and personally know someone that got cut, like knifed their face. Their face was like straight up slashed and shit. Like I love Venice Beach. I loved Venice Beach. I spent a lot of my life there. That's where I learned how to longboard. That's where I started. That's like where I began skating. So
yeah,
I don't know. I have a love of Venice, so it's really sad for me to see the way it is now. And and hear from like my own friends that people are getting slashed. It sucks.
You should try longboarding in Venice, like
Italy.
Yeah,
I've skated in Italy, but not down in Venice.
I think it would be difficult.
Wouldn't you need more of like a surfboard?
Yeah, that'd be one of those little like the Zuckerberg those little surfboards with the propellers on them that you just ride around on.
Someone actually superimposed my head on that Zuckerberg video. It was weird.
That was the most human thing I've seen him do in a decade.
And he still looked robotic.
Yeah, but the AI is getting better. It's fine.
Right, yeah.
He's aggregating more human behaviors. Pretty soon he'll be able to eat cereal. Here we go.
You've heard this. You've heard it from others. You heard not just from my cheering section over there. You heard it.
My cheering section that I paid for.
You've heard it from others.
I like how no one else is cheering. Like there's this. I didn't even notice that until he called it out. These people are all screaming. This guy's like doing this. He's like, yeah, vote no. But everybody else, like these people are all just, this guy's looking down at his phone.
Yeah,
This
he's on
guy's
his
looking
phone.
at his camera. These
I
people
want to
are all
know
just like, whatever.
what percent of my tax dollars went into that vote no sign.
Too many. More than zero. It's a non-zero amount.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want? We want a 1970s vote no light up sign. But like we could do really cool ones with like LEDs and stuff. No. I want it to look like it was in that play, Chicago.
And I want it custom made from that Hollywood shop. That'll be $200,000. Done.
You know that sign cost a large amount of money.
Oh, totally.
Oh, God. Okay, here we go.
We're going to make it through this.
I don't need to wind this crowd up for the president.
Yeah, you do. Their cheering
Long
did
Beach.
not increase.
Long Beach. On the other side of this recall, if we fall short,
It's a black man.
someone that believes in no minimum wage.
Yeah, because
Agreed.
minimum wage kills small businesses.
No.
Fucking asshole.
The funny thing is, again, I was pointing this out the other day. The pandemic did more for the market wage than minimum wage has ever done. That's it. Like right now in my town, or the nearby town, which just passed 20,000 people. My whole county has 45,000 people in it. So
Wow.
the big town that makes up almost half of my county's population, you can get $15 an hour at McDonald's right now.
Wow.
And it's like that. I think they were at $9 an hour before the pandemic, but they just can't get people to work. So it's like the minimum wage did nothing for them. It has nothing to do with any law that was passed. It's literally just people can't work or won't work because the
Everyone's
government
on
keeps giving them
unemployment.
money. Yeah. And they just keep giving them money. And it's like, well, $15 an hour, by the way, Chad, is about $30,000 a year. And I think on unemployment right now, you can make about 26 and it's not taxed. So why would you work? Okay, here we go.
No corporate tax.
Yeah. God, he's making
Someone
a great
that
ad for
believes we should
Larry Elder.
privatize Social Security.
Okay, I'm with it.
Someone who believes we should cut Medicaid. Someone that believes that women don't have a constitutional right to choose that.
I was hoping he was going to say vote. I was like, oh, say vote. That would be funny.
Is on the ballot. Think about this. We have someone on the other side of this ballot that thinks women are not as smart as men.
When did he say that?
He wrote an op-ed saying
Oh,
women
here.
aren't as smart in politics and civics and issues of economics.
Someone spot the lie. Someone, it's pretty simple. I present to you Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Like that's as,
Tax the rich.
as my evidence. oh God.
Tell my wife, Jennifer Siebel Newsom, that.
See?
She's
His
way
wife.
smarter than me. Yeah, but
he is married.
she was introduced as his partner. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying.
seriously?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so weird.
Well, maybe he's the bottom. I don't know.
Thinks there's no glass ceiling. Doesn't believe in pay equity laws. Thinks women complain too much about sexism.
They do. His man is spitting
minorities.
fire right now.
About racism.
Wait, what did he say?
He said Larry Elder believes that minorities complain too much about racism.
Did you see Larry Elder's documentary, Uncle Tom?
No.
If you saw it, you would know how insulting that is to say about Larry Elder. That is, dude, this dude is, these people are fucking clueless to who Larry Elder is. If that's the case, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, it's just, it's so funny because
Are you pouring some? What are you drinking?
I've got this, I've been nursing through this bottle, Jack Daniel's number 27 Gold.
I got some. I'll pour myself a little some. I got this. This is High Coast.
High Coast. Never heard
High
of it.
Coast. Yeah, it's a single malt, Silent Mills. Is really good.
Is it an American whiskey or
No, I picked it up while I was in Sweden. It's Swedish
Oh.
actually.
Swedish? Oh,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Scotch.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to go to Scotland and just drink my ass off.
God, I want to go there so much.
Dude, I can't wait.
Uh,
But this stuff's really good. It's really, really smooth.
well, cheers. You already started drinking. That was very rude of you.
Yeah, fuck off. you just told me you've been nursing it for a while now, and it's like,
Well, I mean, like I've had some every show for the past couple shows. Is what I'm saying.
shit. Oh, my bad. Oh yeah. Hey, cheers. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, cool.
In the You Can't Make It Up file, did you see the video that just came out?
Oh, I'm sorry. What intern wrote that line for him? In the You Can't Make It Up file, did you see what video just came out on the TikTok? Like,
With Larry
That sounds like something he might have wrote though.
okay.
file, did you see the video that just came out? With Larry Elder reflecting on the fact that the state of California became the first state in the country to begin to explore the issue of reparations. He said, well, I'd be a little bit more cautious because he said, what about reparations? This is what Larry Elder said.
This is Larry Elder's hilarious. Do you know what he said about reparations?
No, what'd he say?
Oh, I'm not going to spoil it. Prepare yourself to get red pilled out of your mind.
Bro, I've been red pill. What are you talking about?
No, not like this.
Oh God.
He said, what about reparations for slave owners?
What? Larry Elder said, hey, what about compensating the slave owners for the property that the government took from them? Oh,
Wow.
God. And Gavin's black sensibilities were so offended by that he doesn't know what to do.
No, see, Larry has a point of calling out the hypocrisy by like going to the extreme other side, being like, well, what about this? Why aren't we doing this? If you want that, then this is equally as important then. And
Exactly.
this is the fucked up part of about what the Democrats do. They go, wow, he really just said that, and he means every single word. Run the newspaper, and that's it. You know, they just run the paper, and that's it, dude. It's insane.
Oh, it's so funny. Because Larry's point is obviously like none of these people were slaves.
Right, exactly.
None of you were slaves. And that's the other thing. Like, how do you do reparations? Because remember, Obama didn't come from slave blood. That's why he wasn't black enough, according to Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, prior to him becoming the nominee. Then when he was the nominee, finally he darkened up enough for them. But he wasn't slave blood. That was the big problem. So how do you do reparations in this country? Like, you have to then discriminate amongst African Americans,
Right?
because not all of them came. Yeah. So I guess, like, what do you do with like all the Somali refugees and stuff? Do they get reparations? I don't know. How do you discriminate within a race like that? It seems like a
That's a whole
minefield.
nother conversation. It's so stupid. I'm so over this whole race bullshit, man. It's so stupid. I'm so over it. 1,000 likes. That's right.
This is 2021. And a candidate for governor of the state of California said that.
Did he say it in 20? I don't know if he said it in 2021. I mean,
Probably
he might have
not.
said it a long time ago, but I hope he said it yesterday.
Is it surprised, though, any of you that we have?
I'm just happy they got Steven Seagal to do the sign language for this guy. That makes me really happy.
That's like a Spanish Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagaldo.
Yeah, there you go.
Other side of this, that's to the right of Donald Trump.
Oh, had to bring Trump's name into it.
Trump. Now, we said this, Long Beach, we said this.
Trump isn't that far to the right. So that's actually not that hard of a task. Trump is not far right in pretty much any stretch of the word. That's the funniest thing about him is that that Trump is not, I mean, he's right of center, but not very far.
Yep.
I want to get to the main event and introduce you to the President of the United States, but I want to just make a few final points.
Oh, thank God.
We said to you last year, we said this to you. We said, every one of us said it to each other. We all stepped up and we stepped in. We said the most important election in our lifetime, the most important and impactful election in our lifetime was defeating Donald Trump in 2020.
That's why they had to fortify it.
The new important one is the recall election of me.
Here in a moment. President Joe Biden.
Dude is sweating a lot.
But you saw what happened. You saw what happened.
Does he know he's mic'd? Like, cause he's yelling, and you could tell he's been yelling for days.
Do you think he's on coke right now?
Yeah,
that dude looks coked up.
100%. Wouldn't you be? Like, if you were the governor of California and you're in the race for your political career, like I think that you would just have like a Coke dispenser on your desk fan that would just blow it into your face constantly.
He keeps saying like the president's behind there. I mean, we all know like the president's son is all about that friggin' crack. So I mean,
Joe's probably his dealer. I've been dealing cocaine since 1971. Come on, man. You know, Joe's just walking in circles like behind the black curtain right there. Like, where is my oatmeal? I don't, it's really late here. I left early.
Happened on election night. The big lie. You saw what happened a few months later in January.
Buzzword.
What's happened across this country.
Not a single person charged with insurrection. Interestingly,
what happened in Texas.
No connection found to Trump as well.
Republican governors that hope to model that Texas legislation as it relates to denying women the right choice
to murder their baby.
We may have defeated Donald Trump, but we have not defeated Trumpism. Trumpism still on the ballot.
More buzzwords.
California, and that's why it's so important.
You're fighting Trump still. Please remember you're fighting Trump, because if you forget, I might lose. Remember that it's Trump that you're fighting, not Larry Elder.
Not just for all of us here, 40 million Americans strong in the nation's largest and most populous state, but also.
Okay, you motherfucker. Now I'm pissed. Now
you're pissed?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I did a short video the other day, a YouTube short even, those embarrassing 60-second videos, calling out Arnold Schwarzenegger for his stupid fuck your freedom thing. And in that video, I'm clearly talking about Arnold being the governor of the most populous state, but I made the mistake of saying largest state of California. California is not the largest state in the union. And you know how I know that? Because 9,000 people out of that whole video decided to comment, California isn't the largest state, you idiot, you fucking dummy. It's Alaska, you moron, you stupid YouTuber.
All your credibility's gone.
And I'm like, that's what you got? This whole video, that's what you got? I'm sitting here talking about liberty. I'm giving you red meat on freedom. And you're like, California isn't really the biggest state, though. Alaska's a little bit bigger and Texas might be as well. Like, sorry. Now I'm triggered. Okay?
Clearly.
So to send a statement all across the United States of America that Trumpism has no place here and Trumpism will be defeated all across the United States of America. Because
they act like it's the next pandemic.
The funny thing is there are 35 states that are still strongly red, like strongly red. They're not defeating Trumpism pretty much anywhere.
Right.
They've defeated Trumpism where Trumpism never had a strong foothold in the first place. And that's a good job to start.
Good job, Gavin.
You did it.
We're better than that as a nation. Start to focus on the things that unite us. Come together across our differences.
He will not divide us.
Dr. King said it better than anyone else. We're all bound together by a web of mutuality. We're all better off when we're all better off.
Dr. King would agree with Larry Elder on most of the points about African Americans. I'm just saying.
He would watch that Uncle Tom movie, man. Larry Elder needs to make it public so everyone can watch it.
Where do I find it?
UncleTom.com. It's absolutely worth it. So in Rose McGowan calling out his wife, in one of the emails, I think his wife says that Gavin Newsom wants to run for president eventually.
Yeah.
So this recall election, if he gets recalled, that's a big stain on him trying to like be a bigger than governor.
I think the recall election itself, like the fact that it's even close, that he has to have the vice president and the president come out and shill for him.
Yeah.
I think that alone is a big damper on his election prospects going forward. And plus, if the Democrats don't run a woman soon, like eventually, well, no, Larry Elder did say women aren't as smart in politics, so maybe they'll never notice. Maybe they'll never notice that the Democrats have yet to put forth a credible female candidate. Like that they have had credible female candidates, and they picked the worst one. They picked Hillary Clinton as their go-to, the one that most of the women actually despise. They picked her instead. But maybe they'll never figure it out, because if Larry's right, they're just not that smart in politics. The men will figure it out, though.
That's the spirit that defines the Biden administration. That's the spirit that defines Democrats and our democratic principles and democratic values. Those are the principles. Those are the values we hold dear in the state of California. So Democrats, I'm asking you, knowing that you understand what's at stake, I'm asking you nonetheless to reconcile a fundamental fact. The future is not just something to experience. The future is something to manifest. The future doesn't just happen. You have to make it so. It's our decisions, not conditions, that determine.
You must fortify the future.
So I'm asking you over the course of the next 24 hours to go out, to make phone calls.
So do you think 110 or 115% of Californians vote in this recall election?
Definitely 110. Oh, someone just said Uncle Tom is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, really? So you can do a watch party of Uncle Tom?
It's pretty boss, dude.
I'm not going to do that tonight.
No.
Because I'm going to watch like an 80s movie.
Yo, this has been fantastic. I got to bounce, dude. It's getting late for me. This has been a lot of fun. I love jumping on your show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, chat. Y'all have a great night.
All right, buddy.
And
peace.
I got to get you on my show soon.
Yeah, just hit me up.
All right. Later.
Later, man. Aww. Now you're stuck with just me. Let's finish this up.
Send those text messages, to do the social media posts, to continue the door knocking, and continue to vocalize with all kind of energy that you have here tonight to vote no on this Republican recall.
I don't know how to do this because now Adam is gone, and the script that I wrote out, you know, I have surprise appearance of Adam Krigler in the script. And then I have like our banter and my responses scripted out. I sent it to him earlier, but he left early. And so now I'm not quite sure, because I have all of his lines to go off of, but he's not here to go off of them. So it might be a little weird doing the rest of this video, but we'll try. Okay. I wanted to be upfront with that. If my responses sound weird, it's because like I'm responding to Adam's joke that I wrote, of course, because I wrote all of his jokes and lines, but I'm responding to those, but he's not actually here to say them.
And with that powerful admonition, And with your voices united in opposition to this recall, let me ask you with that same level of intensity and purpose and passion.
You're right. He does have to remind him about the intensity. He does have to remind them. He has to try and key them up because they're totally not excited for Biden. That's brilliant, Adam. That was good.
To introduce, as I introduce, someone of character, of honor, of decency, someone that meets the moment and defines the dream. And as I introduce the President of the United States, I want to just remind you of this simple fact. There are two dreams. There's the American dream and the California dream.
Why would those be different? Look at him. Look at how smugly proud he is of that line. Oh, the California dream. Whoa.
No other state in the United States attaches itself to the dream. And so let me introduce to you someone that defines the dream, defines the American dream, someone whose faith and devotion to the cause of democracy, whose faith and devotion to the cause of what binds us together, someone whose character and dignity, someone who believes in each and every one of you. And
can you imagine not being able to give a 15-minute speech without a teleprompter? This speech was 15 minutes. This motherfucker can't speak without a teleprompter for 15 minutes.
Power of possibility, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, President Joe Biden.
You know the rules, and so do I. Why does it sound like a Rick Astley beat coming in? What the hell is that? What just happened? Mithra and Emmer says, please keep me as governor. Who else can continue to screw up the state like me? This is where you clap and cheer, please. Okay. Did you notice the muted response from the crowd? They got no energy for Biden. It'll take a minute. He's lost. Why are you wearing a mask? You didn't wear a mask earlier. You're not wearing a mask anywhere else. You're just wearing a mask because the camera's on. Gavin isn't wearing a mask. You're going to walk up to him and hug him like a weirdo, and he's not masked. Nope. Takes it off. Okay, perfect. He does have more shoulder range than John McCain, which is impressive at his age. The sign language guy is dancing. He's carrying that beat just a little bit, like subtle. He's like trying not to. He's like, okay. All right. Yeah. Hello, Long Beach. Oh, this guy is so bad in public.
It's good to be back. Thank you. Well, I tell you what.
Tell you what.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all been standing a long time. And
he just thought that was a little girl's arms, the way he grabbed those microphones. Very disgusting.
Tell you what, you know, the governor and I have a lot in common. We both married way up. Jennifer, thank you for the welcome. Thank you for what you do. And thank you for becoming friends with Jill. I'm Jill's husband, Joe Biden. And folks, Mayor Garcia,
Mar
good to be back in your
Garcia.
town.
Mar Garcia.
Last time out here, we were talking about infrastructure. Now we got a lot of money coming this way. We got a lot working. We got an infrastructure bill that we passed, and we're going to do an awful lot more to build this incredible, incredible economy. You know, someone.
Why do you need to build it if it's incredible? Incredible. What do you need to build it for? If it's already incredible, why does the federal government need to send a bunch of money for infrastructure in California if you've got an incredible economy? It doesn't make sense.
Was saying to me earlier today, the most diverse state in
He got the mayor's name wrong. It's Garcetti, not Garcia.
the nation. Matter of fact, I think it was your senator.
Remember, Biden, I'm going to pause this a lot. Biden is very happy. This is the most diverse state in the nation, which means that the Biden crime bill, putting black people in prison for a really long time, those super predators that he was very concerned about, has been most effective in California, which has one of the highest global incarceration rates. I would wager that California's incarceration rate is second only to the United States itself, and specifically the incarceration rate of blacks in California may be second only to the United States' incarceration rate of blacks amongst sovereignties. So that's pretty impressive for California.
Most diverse state in the nation, the most different state in the nation, the biggest state in the nation, and has one of the largest economies in the world, and no one sees any inconsistency there. It's because we're diverse. You have the largest economy in the world.
We're diverse. You have
Senator Padilla.
No, it's not. It's literally has nothing to do with diversity. Diversity did not make California the largest economy in the world, which it's also not the largest economy in the world. That doesn't even make sense as a proposition. However, the diversity of California has basically zero to do with the size of California's economy. California's economy was still one of the largest economies in the world, which is what you meant to say, long before the diversity quotient was raised up to sufficient Democrat levels. It really doesn't have anything to do with diversity. It has a lot to do with landmass, with population centers, with port access, with natural resources, with a diversity of landscape and minerals. A whole bunch of stuff contributes to California's giant economy. And almost none of it has to do with the diversity of its populace, because California's economy would be just as huge if it were all white people or all Asians or all black people or all Mexican people, for example. Like if you kept everything else the same, but just literally used MS Paint and drew over the color of people, the diversity would not have anything to do with the size of the economy.
Thank you for your leadership in the United States Senate. You're doing an incredible job. And I know she was here last week, but I've got to give a shout out to my favorite daughter of California, who's always talking about you all. Talks about you all the time, like I talk about Delaware. She loves you. Matter of fact, she thinks you're the only state in the nation. Vice President Kamala Harris.
Do I need to repeat that Larry Elder said women were not as smart in politics? And the number one woman, the vice president of the United States, as according to the president, believes that California is the only state in the nation, whereas any third grade male would know that California is merely one state among 50.
Of course, The reason I'm here, and you all are here, is to thank and support our friend, Governor Gavin Newsom, the best governors in the country.
Objectively not.
California, I'm not sure you know it, but if you didn't know it, you should.
If you didn't know it, you should. Objectively not one of the best governors in the country.
The eyes of the nation, this is not hyperbole, the eyes of the nation are on California. Because the decision
It is
we're about to
hyperbole.
make
That's weird.
isn't going to have a huge impact on California. It's going to reverberate around the nation, and quite frankly, not a joke, around the world. And here's why. All of you know that last year I got to run against the real Donald Trump.
Wait, not as opposed to the fake Donald Trump that Gavin Newsom is. Oh, now it makes sense. See, because Joe ran against the real Donald Trump. Now there's the not real Donald Trump that Gavin Newsom is running against. Very okay.
Well,
did he just genuflect to the Saint Donald Trump? Like, what was that? That was weird. That's not a funny joke that he did. First of all, you're in California. You're amongst godless heathens, Joe. Second of all, you just sent a sign of the cross for Donald Trump, which is awkward.
This year, the leading Republican running for governor is the closest thing to a Trump clone that I've ever seen in your state.
Orange is the new black, apparently. What the fuck are you talking about? The closest thing to a Trump clone? Larry Elder. So Larry Elder is a billionaire New York real estate mogul with a weird toupee who is a former Democrat and a reality TV sensation who's launched 50 different businesses to varying degrees of success and happens to have the grade A smirk of the entire world. That's Larry Elder. He's a clone of Trump. What are you talking about?
No, I really mean it.
I know you do. That's the weird
He's
thing.
leading the other team. He's the clone of Donald Trump. Can you imagine?
Attack of the Clones. This is episode 2. This is episode 2 of the...
I can't let that happen.
Okay, I'm going to teach you guys something about broadcast. What Biden did just there is called presence. That's where you have a decent enough microphone and you get close to it and things get a little dramatic because the mic picks up a little bit more sound and it fills the audio that's coming out. So you get real important when you get close. I can't raise the audio on the video anymore. I don't think. Let me check. No, I can't. That's where it's stuck. It's maxed out on my end here. But I'm more important than Joe Biden anyway.
There's too much at stake. And here's why it's so important for you all to vote no on the recall. First, voting no will be protecting California from Trump Republicans trying to block us from beating this pandemic.
And from beating off.
Gavin Newsom has had the courage to lead, stand up for science, for the very thing he's been one of the leading governors in the nation, protecting people and vaccinating his state. Meanwhile,
I've been vaccinated. I've been double vaccinated. You know, I got my booster. He's coughed like 9 times so far. Is Joe dying? Does Joe have Jovid? Jovid-19? If it was COVID-7, he would be sniffing it.
we see something else in parts of America. Right now, There are certain Republican governors, like the governor of Mississippi, who are talking to me about being dictatorial, about demanding that people get vaccinated or tested.
That's because you are.
People are doing everything they can to block or undermine the life-saving mandates we proposed.
Yes.
Putting their people at risk.
No.
Putting their children at risk.
Nope.
Putting their states.
Their children are the least at risk of any group on the planet. Okay. It's the one universal thing that you've known about this pandemic the entire time, is that the children are the least at risk of literally anybody. It's like stats only matter when you're talking about global warming or something. Still making that. They don't matter for COVID. Stats, statistical analysis, because invoking the children.
At risk. And here's the worst thing. For these Republican governors, it isn't about public health. About the health of the people. It's about politics.
That's what it is for you.
Look, folks, just look at the hypocrisy. The same governors who are attacking me and your governor for COVID-19 mandates are in states with some of the strictest vaccine mandates for children attending school in the whole country. Talk about inconsistency. In Mississippi, children are required to be vaccinated against measles, mumps, rubella, chickenpox, hepatitis B, polio, tetanus, and more. It's a state requirement.
Yeah, that state requirement. Do you know why it's a state requirement? Because the feds didn't think they could do it. And so they pushed the states to do it. The feds pushed and shamed and bullied the states into these mandates because prior to 2021, they didn't think they could do it. In fact, you know who really fucking didn't think they could do the mandate? Joe fucking Biden didn't think he could do the mandates in 2020 when he was campaigning because he thought it would be illegal for the president to do so because the feds can't mandate vaccines. So Joe Biden thought. So Joe Biden said. Even as late as earlier this year, his press secretary was saying we can't mandate vaccines because they didn't think they could do it. Why do the states have strict vaccine mandates? Because the feds told them they needed to do it. That's why. Jesus fucking Christ.
But now, in the midst of the pandemic that has taken over 650,000 lives, I propose a mandate for COVID-19 vaccines, and it's an outrage. It's an infringement on freedom.
Correct. Joe nailed it. It's an outrage. It's an infringement on freedom. He's got it. He's figured it out finally.
Look, folks, we don't need politics in this battle against COVID. We need.
The entire battle against COVID is political. It hasn't been non-political. You made it political while it was under Trump. You made it political while it was under you. When it was under Trump, you were opposed to Trump's vaccine. You were opposed to vaccine mandates. Once you got in office, you flipped script and said you were for the vaccines and for the vaccine mandates. You didn't trust Fauci under Trump. You trust Fauci under you because Fauci's always a bottom, so he's always under someone. But that is how it's been. This is the biggest fucking sham ever. And the fact that people don't see it, those dumb, sycophantic idiots in the crowd are out there the clapping along with this. It's the most blatant hypocrisy in my lifetime. Like reality is hitting. It was just a couple months ago that they couldn't do all this stuff.
We need science. We need courage. We need leadership.
Cough again.
We need Gavin Newsom.
Cough again, you fucking idiot. I have so many vaccines.
A governor who follows science, who's got the courage to do what's right. I believe I apologize for coughing.
Maybe you should not be attending all of these events unmasked, you fucking hypocrite. I love it. Okay. Have you seen this thing, this trick in public speaking? The trick in public speaking where they're like, you do this to garner sympathy with the crowd. It's I don't know if it's not a rhetorical device. It's like a psychological one where you're like, you're giving your speech and you take a pause and you're very dramatic. You know, I'm not really good at this. I'm not really good at this public speaking thing. It's been a hurdle to overcome for a while. And they're like, yeah, you got it, buddy. Yeah, you can do it. You can speak. And you're like, thank you. Yeah. Just give me a minute. I just need a minute to collect myself because it's not something I do every day. Right? You've seen that trick in public speaking. It's a great trick. It gets the crowd engaged because the pause, the silence that you provide in that thoughtful moment of reflection, because people can empathize with that. They're like, oh yeah, public speaking sucks. Person's speaking in front of the crowd. They're not actually worried about it. Joe's just doing that with a cough. He's just doing that. Now he's doing it with the water. Sorry for coughing. I've been on the road a while.
Last week, I laid out a 6-part plan for the fall to beat this pandemic. First, vaccinate the unvaccinated with new vaccine requirements. 2, protect the vaccinated.
60% of America disagrees with the vaccine mandates right now.
3, keep children safe in school and 4, increase testing and masking. And keep our...
Notice the cheers decrease at every point. Increase masking. Yeah. Fuck. Come on, man.
economy going strong and take care of people with COVID-19. That's what the science...
Is that like the people who are unvaccinated that the Democrats have been saying should be abolished from hospitals, that they should just have to die in the street? Are those people included in taking care of the COVID thing?
Tells us we have to beat the Delta variant of COVID-19.
Like we would beat our wives.
Gavin will be a governor who will help us finish the job. Folks, send a message to the nation.
Did he ever get to the 6th point? I don't think he did. Did he? Hold on. Sorry. I got to go back.
Vaccinated. 3, keep children safe in school, and 4, increase testing and masking. And keep our economy going strong and take care of people with COVID-19. That's what the science tells us.
Where was 6? He said 6 points, and he said it was a 6-point plan. He only named 5 of them.
We have to beat the Delta variant of COVID-19. Gavin will be a governor who will help us finish the job. Folks, send a message to the nation. Courage matters. Leadership matters. Science matters.
They have made science a replacement for God in politics. I don't care if you're religious. I don't care if you believe in God. Look, my beliefs are mine. Yours are yours. I'll tell you my beliefs, and you can determine if you want to, if you think that would be beneficial to you or not. I will never proselytize to someone uninvited. That being said, this has nothing to do with that. Okay. I'm not saying that you know, that you need God in your life. However, what you've always needed in this country is God in your politics. You've always needed, you've got to be being the Christian, left or right, has always been on brand until recently. And what they've done on the left and this is amazing, is they've replaced that God requirement with a separate secular God of science. They don't know what science is. They literally do not understand the scientific method or what it means, because they adhere to ideas that are opposed to the scientific method with consistency. It's the word science. It's the dogma that science is right. And this was talked about on The Biggest Problem in the Universe a long time ago. But do you remember I Fucking Love Science, IFLS? It was a popular thing for a while where people got these science factoids. It's like, haha, bigots. You don't understand science like I do because I just learned how to make elephant toothpaste, and fuck you, you fucking big. I fucking love science. It's fucking cool. They did that whole thing. That has replaced that idea, that dogma, that concept, and that energy has replaced the energy of having God in your politics in 2021. That's what the left is doing. And it's fake. And it's terrifying, because if science is what the left says science is, we're all gonna fucking die.
Vote to keep Gavin. Get vaccinated to save lives. Second, by voting no, you'll be keeping a governor who respects women instead of some.
Gavin respects the hell out of some women. He wants to respect the shit out of them in his trailer later.
Someone who wrote that women know less about politics and economics than men.
I'm told that was a satire piece. Should we look that up real quick? Let's see. Larry Elder, women know less politics. A derogatory comments about women know less than men about politics and exaggerate the problem of sexism. It's a report. Okay. As recently as 2017, holy shit. Sorry. As recently as January 2017, Larry Elder suggested women who appeared at the Women's March were too unattractive to be sexually assaulted. Whoa! He also insulted those women as obese. Nailed it. Holy crap. Quote, when you look at these women, at all these women that have marched, something like 2 million women, Donald Trump has probably gotten more obese women off the couch and in the streets working out than Michelle Obama did in 8 years, he said on an episode of his eponymous radio show, according to CNN. Larry Elder is based and truth-pilled. In a 2000 column, Elder mocked women and claimed they know less than men about the political issues, economics, and current events. Here we go. Real quick, we'll take a look at this. Jeez, the formatting on this. Dems and the She Vote by Larry Elder, May 5th of 2000. Okay. Pollsters call them the she issues: Social Security, healthcare, and education. 1992 and 1996, Bill Clinton lost the male vote. Women put him over the top. More women vote than do men, with women accounting for 53% of the electorate. Smart politics, therefore, dictates paying attention to women's issues. Eric Smith, an official with Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, says, "We are confident that we have the right message and right candidates for the American people. This translates into Democratic calls for thinking like a patient's Bill of Rights, more gun control legislation, saving Social Security by increasing taxes, and expanding the already counterproductive role of government in healthcare." But there's a problem. Women know less than men about political issues, economics, and current events. Good news for Democrats, bad news for Republicans. For the less one knows, the easier manipulation. He's citing a study, anti-science, remember? A study at the Annenberg School at the University of Pennsylvania confirmed women's lack of knowledge of the issues. Researchers asked 25 questions about the candidates and specific issues during the recent primary season. Questions concerned campaign finance reform, gun control, taxes, foreign policy, defense, as well as questions about the candidates' positions. Men knew more than women in 15 categories. Women outperformed men on only one question. University of Pennsylvania researcher Kathleen Hall Jameson, sounds like a very sexist man, said the perplexing finding that women do not perform as well as men on political knowledge still persists in the year 2000. Jameson found women more ignorant than men, irrespective of age, race, income, education, marital status, or party identification. Why? Women, more so than men, get their news from local television. Local news watching makes you dumber, said Jameson. For many women, the Democratic message of how to grow the government socialism works. Unhappy with your HMO, takes taxpayers' money to make healthcare more secure, more affordable. Concerned about the working poor, force employers to hike minimum wages, gas prices too high, appoint a commission to look into price gouging, drug prices too high, attack excessive pharmaceutical profits by imposing price controls. I mean, he's just going dead on with the study. Al Gore is a robot. That's fucking great. So the Republicans face a dilemma in attracting female voters. Opposition to tax, spend, and regulate requires an understanding of the benefits of the free market, as well as the relationship between high taxes and low productivity. Republican opposition to regulation requires an understanding of the unintended negative consequences of government market interference. Democrats are betting that Republican opposition to the legislation on intellectual and philosophical grounds will serve only to anger voters in those groups, writes Investors Business Daily's Peter Cleary. So says Cleary, enlightening female voters turns them off. He's citing other people here. Amazing. Just an amazing article and an amazing criticism, because it's based on a study by a woman from Pennsylvania. Doesn't Joe always talk about his time in Scranton? I grew up in Scranton. Paper mills or whatever. Like Jim. Where's Jim? Michael Scott, the mayor of Scranton.
He hadn't met my wife. Look, if you have any doubt about how important it is to have Gavin, who
Joe just gave an anecdotal argument that his wife is smarter than him about politics. Joe, the problem is nobody ever disbelieved that. We just still think that your wife is dumber than the average man on politics.
respects women's right to just take a look at what's happening in states like Texas. They just passed a law empowering complete strangers to become bounty hunters, going after women who exercise.
Does not. The law actually does not allow anybody to be a bounty hunter against a woman who gets an abortion. That's the one thing the law doesn't do. And Joe got it wrong.
Their right to choose. A law that the United States Supreme Court refused to stop.
Yep.
Now others.
Because there's more men on the court than women, and men are smarter than women in politics.
States say they're looking to replicate the Texas law. If you don't think
the Republicans in Texas finally figured out how to write legislation from the Democrats in the rest of the world. That's what they did. That's all they did.
Women's rights are under assault, you're not looking. California, keep Gavin Newsom and send a message to the nation. Women are to be respected. And the rights
He just respected the shit out of that 7-year-old girl's arms again.
protected. Third, by voting no.
What was 1 and 2? What was first and second? I didn't hear the first and the second. He just went with third.
You'll be protecting California from another Trump climate denier who said,
Did I miss that? Did I miss the first and the second?
global warming is, quote, a crock, and depicts it as a myth. Look, it's hard to believe there's any climate deniers left in America.
It's not hard to believe.
There are.
Everybody denies the climate. They're like, what's a climate? Never even fucking heard of it. Don't even know what that is. I deny the climate every day. I will deny I will deny the climate right now. The climate is denied. You want to go climate? Denied. I'm denying the climate.
The last place you want someone like that is in the governor's office in California. You all see what's happening. Why are fires burning 2 million acres in California this year alone?
Do you really want to answer that question, Joe? Because the science doesn't comport with your reality. The science of why there's always a wildfire in California is because you suppress naturally occurring fires and don't clear out the shit that the naturally occurring fires would have cleared out, because that's somehow environmentally impactful to a turtle somewhere in California. Fuck you. The science is pretty clear on wildfires. You just refuse to do anything about it. You've exacerbated them through the U.S. Forestry Service.
5 million acres have burned, 5.9 in the region.
2.2 to
That's
5.5
bigger
to
than the
5.9.
entire state of New Jersey, and it's a big state.
New Jersey is not a big state.
The governor already
New Jersey. What are we serious? New Jersey is. God damn it. That's a big state. Is it even? It's one of the smallest states in the fucking country. What is he talking about? It's a big state. It's literally like. Here we go. Okay, it's 19 overall. Okay, it's 19. No, wait. That's something else. Area. In land area. Let's see. Fucking. It's 47th. It is the 47th state in total area. That's a big state. It's the opposite of a big state. It's one of the smallest states that exists.
were just in Sacramento for a briefing on the Calder fire. The Calder fire. Last week, I saw the destruction and the death caused by Hurricane Ida in New York, New Jersey, and Louisiana. Folks, extreme weather is here.
We've never had a hurricane before. He's right. He's right. In fact, it's one of the first hurricanes to have an impact since Katrina and Ivan. And he's like, extreme weather's here. It's like we've had like a 15 fucking year pause in hurricanes. Jesus. And you know what? There's a bunch of dumb California women and dumb California men who are also California women in the audience who are going to eat this up.
The climate crisis isn't going away.
Because they're fucking
It's getting
stupid.
worse. We have to deal with it.
It's literally not. Hurricanes are not getting worse. Hurricanes by the numbers have been getting much, much better. Hurricane Ida was a stronger hurricane than Katrina and did almost no damage in Louisiana. It's amazing what happens when you actually make sure that the levees and the fucking dikes work.
With it, not deny it. So California, you've got to keep Gavin Newsom as governor.
And by the way, Hurricane Nick is about to make landfall in Texas. It was a tropical storm, but they said it might ramp up the hurricane status. That's right, motherfuckers.
And send a message to the nation that we have to deal with the climate crisis now. We can't wait any longer.
They've been saying we can't wait any longer. Actually, Joe's wrong on this because according to the science, 2012 was the deadline for doing climate change. It was the tipping point, past the point of no return. Once you got through 2012 without enacting the climate policies that needed to be enacted, they said there was no fixing it past 2012. You could not do any policy. Nothing would happen at all that could possibly reverse the course of global warming after 2012. And we didn't do it. I don't know if you guys remember, but we did not do it. And they said, if you don't do it now, you can never do it. It'll be beyond the possibility. So no, we don't have to do anything because we already failed, Joe. We already failed. We might as well just pump oil and all fart outside or whatever.
I got elected president, I immediately rejoined the Paris Climate Accord.
Paris Climate
Just
Accord.
since we put that together in our administration, in Barack's administration, since then, everything has collapsed even further.
How is that possible? If you sign the accord, how'd it collapse even further? How could it possibly get worse after you signed the thing?
We don't have much time. Not a joke. We're talking about 9
you're a
to 10
joke.
years before we pass the point of no return.
We passed the point of no return 8 to 10 years ago. Am I watching Snatch? 5 minutes, Turkish. You said 2 minutes 5 minutes ago.
Our children need it. The planet needs it. Look, fourth, by voting no, you'll be standing up for a governor who protects workers rather than one who believes there shouldn't be. I can't believe this guy.
I can't believe this guy.
There shouldn't be a minimum wage?
No, there shouldn't be a minimum wage. Over and over and over again, we have shown that the minimum wage causes the market to underpay workers because they have a minimum. Rather than allowing the market to dictate wages, we have shown consistently that the minimum wage, which because it's a political device from a centralized planned economy, controls the minimum amount someone can be paid, it gives every employer in the nation the opportunity to pay the minimum without justifying a market condition for the wage. So, well, this is a minimum wage job, therefore you get the minimum wage. That doesn't make sense. That actually doesn't make sense at all. Look, I've worked in a lot of places. I've worked in movie theaters. I've worked in banks. I've worked retail sales. And trust me, I would much rather work in a small bank than in the movie theater at the concession stand. The concession stand was a minimum wage job. Working at the bank paid twice as much. Was a much easier job. I mean, it was much more chill, much more relaxed, and you did not need any more intelligence to work at a teller line at the bank than you needed to work a cashier at a movie theater. But it had less fake butter all over my fucking body every single day that I went home. I didn't have to shower the grease off. I didn't have to scrape fucking gum off the bottom of chairs. None of that happened at the bank. I got paid a lot more and had the exact same skill set required. But the bank wasn't a minimum wage job. The movie theater was. Why? Why? The movie theater made more money from a concessions worker than the bank did from a teller. Banks make all their money from the mortgage department anyway. They don't make money from tellers. Bank tellers probably should be a minimum wage job versus a movie theater employee. What are we talking about here? Minimum wages have suppressed wages more than anything else in the country. And they just want to keep suppressing wages.
The leading Republican candidate thinks the minimum wage should be zero. Look, working people have taken on the chin too long. We need leaders like Gavin who respect them, hear them, fight for them. To me, it's pretty basic. If you're working a 40-hour week, you shouldn't be living in poverty.
Why? And that is the one question that will destroy socialism every single time. You're working a 40-hour week, you shouldn't be living in poverty. Why? What makes a 40-hour week somehow an inoculation against poverty? If your spending habits are bad, you're going to live in poverty no matter what you make.
That's why I
None of the people in that crowd work a 40-hour week.
support a $15 minimum wage. Gavin is leading the way in California.
A $15 minimum. Fucking Christ. Do I have to do this every single time? Okay, here we go. This is going to take two things. Poverty line in California, 2021. Let's see. Poverty in California. According to the CPM, 16.4% of Californians, about 6.3 million, lacked enough resources, $35,600 per year of a family of four on average to meet the basic needs in 2019. Okay, $35,600 per year. Now let's just go ahead and do this. Calculator. $15 an hour times 2080, $31,200 a year. A minimum wage in California of $15 an hour is below the poverty line of California. This is the dumbest argument. He literally doesn't know.
California. I'm so tired of trickle-down economics. It's about time we build from the bottom up and the middle out.
Trickle-down economics was a Democrat propaganda campaign against the economic policies of Ronald Reagan. Trickle-down economics has never been a Republican policy ever. Ever.
So California, keep Gavin. Send a message this time. Give working people just a fighting chance. They have never, ever, 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 ever let the country down. All they want is just an even shot. They have never let the country down. Folks, I could go on.
Wait,
but here's
what?
the deal. Ever let the people keep Gavin and send a message this time. Give working people just a fighting chance. They have never, ever, 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 ever let the country down.
What are you talking about? Of course, working people have let the country down. It wasn't the working people's fault, but yes, they have let the country down. That's a silly thing to say, because if the working people had never, ever, ever let the country down, then we wouldn't ever, 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 ever need to fix the country, because the working people do the work. Joe Biden hasn't been a working people in literally ever, so he has no idea. But working people must have, by necessity, let the country down if the country needs fixing. Because if they didn't let the country down, wouldn't need fixing.
All they want is just an even shot. They have never let the country down.
They have an even shot. They've always had an even shot. That's the amazing thing. The working class is always the working class. Like, what even shot does the working class not have? By definition, it is even with the working class because they're in the working class. Now, do they have an even shot with the non-working class? I don't know. There are two different types of non-working class. There's a new aristocracy, which you can never have an even shot between the working class and the aristocracy. Even under communism, you'll have a working class and a ruling class. That is how it always ends up, because human desire is a real thing. But the other non-working class are the people who cannot work for whatever reason and don't have any money. And the working class has a much fairer shot than that person. So again, this is all just a word salad. They make up phrases that don't have a logical connection to any sort of understood reality.
Folks, I could go on, but here's the deal.
You actually can't go on, because if you do, you'll cough yourself to death on stage.
I'm going to make this as simple as I can. You either keep Gavin Newsom as your governor, or you'll get Donald Trump. It's not a joke.
I mean, it's literally a joke, because you get Larry Elder. Presumably, they don't actually know that Larry Elder would win, but presumably you'd get Larry Elder. My question, this is the weird thing to me. Okay. If Gavin Newsom is recalled, then any other candidate can win by a not by a plurality of votes. Any other candidate. Why isn't there a Democrat alternative to Gavin Newsom who's more popular than Larry Elder on the second question? That doesn't make any sense to me. Gavin Newsom is not an option on the second question. So you have to answer the first one, recall Gavin Newsom, or not recall Gavin Newsom. But either way, you have to vote on the second one. How is there not a Democrat governor candidate who would then be more popular than Larry Elder? That doesn't make any sense at all. There should be a backup Democrat, shouldn't there? Like what? How is there not a backup Democrat?
Republican governor blocking progress on COVID-19, who is also anti-woman, anti-worker, a climate denier.
God, I want Larry
Don't
Elder to be
believe in
me.
choice. The choice should be absolutely clear. Gavin Newsom, you have a governor who has the courage to lead. And Gavin, you have a governor who shares the state's values. And Gavin, you have a governor to make sure Donald Trump's dark, destructive, divisive politics never finds a place in California. So please, not a joke, on behalf of the people of Delaware and Pennsylvania and Minnesota and all across America.
Don't you fucking speak for me, you fraud. I don't want Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is the reason that my state locked down because my governor is a giant fucking cuckold who watches other governors govern. And he watches commies and learns how to commie from them. Fuck Governor Walz. Good Lord, if that guy got COVID, it would be too late. I don't want Gavin Newsom. I want Larry Elder. If Larry Elder were the governor of California, Gavin Newsom or Governor Walz might actually learn something.
Don't take anything for granted. If you're registered, you've got a ballot in the mail. If you haven't,
if you're not registered, you probably got 4 ballots in the mail. We don't want to talk about that though. This is a fortified recall.
opened and marked no and put it in the mailbox tonight.
It's tomorrow. They're going to accept. If you think this country's not in trouble, they're accepting ballots being put into the U.S. mail tonight for the vote that is tomorrow, which means they're going to accept ballots sent tomorrow for an election that happens tomorrow. Those ballots necessarily will not get there tomorrow. If you don't understand the problem with that from a vote integrity perspective, I don't know what to tell you.
If you want to vote in person, make sure you know where you're going to vote in your county.
If you want to vote in person and mail in 2 or 3 ballots, you're probably already here.
And if you've already voted,
vote again.
Make sure your family and friends are voting tomorrow.
He coughed again.
California, I mean this sincerely, the eyes of the nation are on you. I'm not joking.
Who
I'm
cares?
not joking about that. You've got to vote no on the recall. Keep Gavin as governor. The rest of America is counting on you, and so am I. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
May God protect our troops, because God knows I won't. Where am I? Which way do I go? What the fuck? I swear I saw that on like a Minecraft video. Are they using YouTube license-free music? Watch my Roblox tutorial, guys. Watch this epic domino rally. Ha! Sign language, dude. Can't even help himself. They blanked him. They blanked him out. I'm digging this beat more and more. Now I'm going to vote Newsom. I got my absentee ballots. Why do middle-aged women wave like that? Have you ever? It's like they're washing the windows or something. Hit that beat. How funny would it be if he fell off the fucking stage? Like he just I don't know where to go. Joe's just trying to get away. Where do I go? Oh my God. Look at how fucking tall this guy is, though. It's like a 6 foot tall man in a sea of Tim Pools. Holy shit. Okay. Wow, that was a lot. I apologize. You know, I know that got long. That got long. Oh. But it's important. It's important to see what's going on, to see who these people are. Jesus. All right. All right. We're supposed to I got some lawsuits here. I'm going to do the Gavin McInnes one next because that's the one I have listed next. It's also, this is the most perplexing thing. Oh shit. I got to do something real quick. I haven't checked Streamlabs yet. God, I hate Streamlabs. I hope they fucking go out of business. Okay, good. Perfect. We'll do those later. So I have that size or that size. I'll go with this size so you guys can actually see. Okay. Bad Vibe says Dems are scared AF. You can smell the blood in the water. They are using this as a measure for 2022. Eldon Bainling. Yeah, I know, but you got to understand, I'm quintessentially lazy. Okay. So Gavin Newsom, I had forgotten that I even talked about this lawsuit. I didn't know what had happened with it. It was filed 2 years ago. That's why it's got a 19. This is filed back in 2019. Gavin McInnes, not Gavin Newsom, Gavin McInnes versus the Southern Poverty Law Center. And Gavin McInnes is the plaintiff, but his lawyer is a guy named Ron Coleman. Ron Coleman was on the show, and I forgot that I ripped apart Ron Coleman's complaint. And he called me out live on the show. And that was great. It was one of my favorite moments recently that it's happened, because it was just like, oh God, I had no idea that I made fun of you. And here you are. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So Gavin McInnes suing the Southern Poverty Law Center for labeling him a white supremacist or anti-Semitic or a hate group or whatever it is that they called him. Doesn't really matter. 2 years. For 2 years, this has been just sitting there doing nothing. Ron Coleman actually talked about it the other day, that for 2 years he's been waiting on a motion to dismiss by the Southern Poverty Law Center. And he's opposed the motion to dismiss and all that stuff. Just yesterday, today it's now 1:26 a.m., but earlier in this waking cycle for me, on the 13th of September, we finally got an opinion and order from the judge, and it is fucking baffling. Here we go. In reviewing the pending motion to dismiss for the past 2 years, that cannot be overstated, for 2 years of time that Gavin McInnes has been labeled a hate group by the SPLC, rather than just labeled what he is, someone who shoved a dildo up his ass on television to own the libs. And that, my friends, is canon. Gavin McInnes actually took a dildo and rammed it into his own anus live on the air to prove the liberals wrong. I don't know why that happened, but that's what he did. And if the SPLC had just waited, they wouldn't have had to bother calling him a white supremacist. They just could have called him man who shoved dildo into his asshole, and eventually abandoned, in some respects, to some people, the Proud Boys that he created, because he did do that as well. And that is one of the big criticisms about Gavin McInnes, is that when the Proud Boys got into a fight and needed him, he denounced the Proud Boys and withdrew from the organization, leaving Enrique Tarrio to take up the reins. Now, I don't care about the Proud Boys. I've met a couple of them. The guys that I met seemed kind of normal. Can't speak to the rest of the organization. Have no idea. And the guys that I met, no, they were not like weird white supremacists. They were weird people who stopped masturbating and had to get punched while naming cereal, which is much weirder to me than any of the other allegations against the Proud Boys. But that being said, I met them. They seemed otherwise fine or whatever. They weren't particularly racist. They weren't even particularly right-wing, the people that I met. But the Proud Boys have been labeled all over the place, and you can believe what you want about them. I don't fucking care. Okay? So, here's the opinion in order. In reviewing the pending motion to dismiss, it came to the attention of the court that the allegations of the plaintiff's complaint are insufficient to invoke this court's diversity of citizenship jurisdiction. Okay. So there you go. Ron Coleman, I was right to criticize you. Pretty sure I didn't criticize him on the jurisdiction argument. That's just a joke. But they said that the complaint is insufficient to invoke the jurisdiction. The allegations must show that the citizenship of each plaintiff is different from that of each defendant. And here we go. The plaintiff's complaint fails to meet the standard in two ways. First, it provides the residence rather than the citizenship of plaintiff Gavin McInnes. So because Ron Coleman elected to use the word resident, this judge is saying, well, we don't know where he's a citizen of, even though he's a person. And a person tends to be a citizen of the state in which they are a resident, unless they have an unspecified plan to return to a prior domicile, which is almost never for a non-college student. This judge is making a very, very stupid distinction here. An allegation that a party is a resident of a state is not sufficient to establish that a party is a citizen of that state. See Travaglio versus American Express. Residence alone is not enough. I'm going to guess that that's about American Express. I don't know. Taylor versus Appleton. Citizenship, not residence, is the key fact that must be alleged in the complaint to establish diversity for a natural person. Second, the complaint does not properly allege the citizenship of defendant Southern Poverty Law Center because it states the location of the defendant's headquarters rather than its principal place of business. So for 2 years, this has been sitting for 2 years. And the judge is nitpicking on these language things that I'm pretty sure were not raised by the Southern Poverty Law Center because they know that this belongs in federal court. This is insanity. I suppose we could check. I suppose I could check the filing. Where is it? Where is it? Let's see. Which is this it? Oh my gosh. Hold on. I have to relog into Pacer real quick. I was going to have to anyway, so it's fine to do it now. Okay, so we've got the motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim. This is the... Holy Christ. You know what? The Southern Poverty Law Center can lick my fucking testicles. God, I hate them. Filing a 71-page document. Here we go. Let's see if they have. Let's just type in jurisdiction. They have no jurisdiction argument in this document. Let's type in, let's see. Citizen, no citizenship, resident. As explained in note, the substantive law of New York governs the claims in this case because McInnes is a New York resident. So they use resident and citizen interchangeably. And then they have relevant background, residents of New York for Gavin McInnes. What about, so they didn't have citizenship. Let's see, domicile. Oh, here we go. Subject to constitutional limitations, New York law governs the substance of each of McInnes' claims. District court sitting in diversity looks to the choice of law rules of the forum state. And in the case of an aggregate communication, such as the one distributed over the internet, the primary place of injury is generally considered to be the domicile of the plaintiff, here, New York. They have conceded jurisdiction. They have conceded the domicile, the citizenship of Gavin McInnes to be New York, which they have also necessarily conceded to be sufficiently diverse from the Southern Poverty Law Center. For 2 fucking years. They have been waiting for this response for 2 years. It wasn't even brought up. It wasn't even raised as a defense. And the judge just like, I don't want to do it. Insane. To invoke jurisdiction based on diversity in a case in which corporation is a party, it is necessary to allege distinctly and affirmatively all the states by which the corporation has been incorporated and the state in which the corporation has its principal place of business. SPLC has not disputed the diversity of citizenship claim. While the corporation's headquarters will often be its principal place of business, that is not always the case. Accordingly, simply using the term headquarters in alleging federal diversity jurisdiction does not necessarily allege a company's principal place of business. In this case, it does. Here we go. Let's do a little bit of Google foo. Southern Poverty Law Center. It's founded in Montgomery, Alabama. Its headquarters are in Montgomery, Alabama. Let's see. Location, according to Wikipedia, it's Montgomery, Alabama. Let's go to the About section of this. Hate map. Let's see. About Us. State offices. Began in 1971 in a small office in Montgomery, Alabama. Today it has offices all across the Deep South and in the nation's capital, demonstrating our focus on a region where victories for social justice have frequently impact national impact. SPLC headquartered in Montgomery, state offices in Atlanta, Georgia, New Orleans, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, and Tallahassee, and Miami, Florida, as well as an office in Washington, D.C. None of those are New York. Not one of them is New York. As jurisdiction has not been properly pleaded, the court will deny the motion to dismiss without prejudice and with leave to renew. Now, luckily, this has already been renewed, and we can take a quick peek at that. That cost me $3, by the way, to pull up that. And it's going to cost me $3. Ron Coleman, $3.10. That guy's never coming back on the show. Costing me $6, Ron. He's already filed his updated complaint. We're not going to go through all of it. We're going to just check out the thing. I'll have to do a comparative look at these things and see if it's worth going through again. Jurisdiction and venue. The court has diversity jurisdiction over Mr. McInnes' claims pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1332 because Mr. McInnes and SPLC are citizens of different states. The amount in controversy in this action exceeds $75,000 exclusive of interest and costs. This was guaranteed already in the prior filing. Court has personal jurisdiction over SPLC because it's incorporated in and headquarters are located in the south of Alabama. Court has pendant jurisdiction over Mr. McInnes' state law claims pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1367. Venue is proper. Okay, so we have the parties. He's changed it. I bet he literally just replaced the words that the judge needed. Plaintiff Mr. McInnes is and was at all times relevant herein a citizen of the state of New York, having his primary residence in the village of Larchmont County of Westchester in the state of New York. Defendant SPLC is a corporation formed under the laws of the state of Alabama with its principal place of business in Montgomery, Alabama. Literally just replace headquarters with principal place of business. That's it. This fucking guy, not Ron Coleman, the judge. What a waste of a judge. 2 years. Will it be another 2 years before the judge, Myron Thompson, before he decides to answer the call? Will we have to wait 2 more years for Myron Thompson to start making substantive rulings on the case? We'll just have to wait and see. There's no way to know. There's no way. He can literally wait as long as he did for the first 2 years. Wow. Because remember, and this is true. I'm not a Gavin McInnes fan. I like to make fun of him. I don't really care about, anything that he does or stands for. He might be a great guy. I don't know Gavin. Ron seems to like him personally. I don't know him. Maybe he's cool. Maybe he's cool. Look, if Gavin wants to get together and drink some non-Protestant whiskeys or whatever, that'd be fine. Gavin, call me. Have your people call my people or whatever, which is literally just me. We'll hang out or whatever. And you can convince me with all your charm and wit. I will still never understand why you shoved the dildo up your anus, but that's you. That's you. Okay. You do you. I'm not going to shame you. I'm just going to make fun of it. But that being said, what is happening to him every single day that he is labeled a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center is damage to him and is frankly fucking offensive. The Southern Poverty Law Center is one of the nastiest organizations on the planet. And the fact that they have 501c3 tax exemption status is one of the most offensive parts of what they do. They are an overtly politicized organization with an overt political agenda. They should not have tax exemption status. And that is the main problem with what the SPLC is. With that, we're going to move to my man. Hold on. How do I do this? Hey guys, I really hope you're ready to look at my lawsuit, because I wanna sue some people. All right, Joshua Moon. Pursuant to local rule DCIDR 713, plaintiff files a timely require response to defendant's opposition motion. Yeah. Let's check this out, actually. Let's just go ahead and check this, because according to the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, Russel Greer did not file a timely response. This is, let's see, 7-1 3B. So we got to go to okay. 7-1. Okay. 3B. Here we go. So we're in 7-1, length of motions, 3B, length of motions filed pursuant to Rule 56 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Okay. Oh, does he mean this one, which isn't 3B? What did he say? Wait, shit. 713B. Okay, I just want to point out that 7-1, just so you don't take my word for it, we're in 7-1, right? Oh, I guess he doesn't say if it's A. He just has 713B. Whoops. Oh, shit. 71. There is no 3. There's 71A, 3B right here, which has nothing to do with timeliness. Motions are not to be made in response or reply memoranda. Length of response. Filing times. This is what he means. I guess. A memorandum opposing any motion that is not a motion filed pursuant to 12B, 12C, and 56 must be filed within 14 days after service of the motion. A reply memorandum to such opposing memorandum may be filed at the discretion of the movant within 14 days after service of the memorandum opposing the motion. The court may order shorter briefing periods, and attorneys may also stipulate. So let us attack. Where are we? This is filed on 9/5. Give me just a second here to figure out the days, because this is important. Where is my saved cases? Here we go. We got to check the timing here. We got to check the timing. So, whoops, wrong one. Greer versus Moon. There we go. Docket report. I'll show you guys. So here we go. On 8/23, defendant's memorandum in opposition, motion of leave to file supplemental brief. And his reply comes on 9/5. So that is within 14 days. But the interesting thing is that is longer than the federal rule would allow. The federal rule would not allow this 14-day window. The federal rule says this. Reply to response. Any reply to a response must be filed within 7 days after service of the response. A reply must not present matters that do not relate to the response. So the local rule, I guess, would allow the court to allow this if they want to. So we'll, I guess it's okay. I don't know. Trying to, let's see. A memorandum opposing any motion that is not a motion filed pursuant to Rule 12B, 12C, and 56 must be filed within 14 days. Wrong. Okay, I'm incorrect. I am incorrectly reading that because if we go back to this one, no. Sorry. I got too excited. I thought this was a different thing. This is a different motion. This is a motion for leave to file a supplemental brief. He is within the timeline. He's within the timeline. I was thinking we were on a different motion. My bad. Russell is right on this one. Good job, Russ. Good job. You nailed it. Okay. So he's not late. He is not late. We got it. Plaintiff's motion is not in bad faith. Plaintiff's motion is not in bad faith. Defendants insist in their opposing motion that plaintiff is somehow attempting to delay the court with his motion to file the supplemental brief. Well, I mean, that's because he is. This is a litigation tactic that defendants have been using throughout this case. They gaslight and twist everything plaintiff writes. Their allegations of bad faith court stalling could be further from the truth. Wait, they could be? They could be further from the truth. Okay. I guess they could be further from the truth. Plaintiff filed the motion to file supplemental brief because people are hurting as a result of defendants, which is shown in Exhibit A. The online petition to shut down Kiwi Farms that plaintiff referenced in Doc 25 is now at 15,000 signatures. With people writing as recently as 3 weeks ago, to hell with Kiwi Farms, make those fuckers burn for all the people they hurt and killed. Yeah, fuck you, Kiwi Farms. Another comment reads, the ability to slander anonymously and dox without threat of consequences must be abolished. Talbot Link says, good show tonight. Had my own legal fund recently with a badly filed eviction notice that negated itself with its own attached documents, including an already handled eviction notice warning and payment of record. A fun takedown. Good job. Good job. Those are the best when they burn themselves out. Matthew writes, the fact that KF is still up after involvement in the suicides of many people is utterly disgraceful. Guys, I have to do something. I never did this. I got an email, and the person really wanted me to talk about the goodness of their friend Bew, Near. Because I kind of made fun of Bew / Near. And then Bew Near allegedly suicided, right? That was because of the Kiwi Farms. Bew / Near suicided allegedly. And then this person was kind of frustrated, a little bit that I wasn't getting the whole side of Bew, their friend or whatever. The problem with this, of course, is that some people actually called the American embassy in Japan, where Bew allegedly suicided as an American citizen living abroad, and asked if any Americans had died in the entire month of the alleged suicide. And turns out there were no American deaths in Japan in the month in which Bew allegedly offed himself. So it kind of seems like maybe it was just a giant hoax. Kind of looks like Bew didn't kill himself, but rather used his anonymity to fake his own death and make a big stink, targeting inexplicably the Kiwi Farms. Let me see. This is from Dirk Hoon, who sent the email. Dirk Hoon is the person who sent me the email. Look, Dirk Hoon, if you were really an admirer of this person, I don't know you, I don't know them, but it looks like they lied about killing themselves, which is almost worse than killing yourself. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. All right. I just wanted to put that out there. Crimson Cat wrote on July 2021. I'm a victim of Kiwi Farms myself. Yeah, me too. I've been considering suicide for a long time. I haven't. I'm way too narcissistic. I'm tired. So tired. I just want to try to live my life free of a site like this. That's Crimson Cat. The illustrious and infamous Crimson Cat with the biggest, most giant Kiwi Farms thread ever. What is Kiwi Farms Crimson Cat? Brandon Ross Fontaine, Catherine Fontaine, Cat Ross Wolf, Crimson Cat. Oh my God! Oh, got a fucking diaper on. What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Jesus. What the? Never do this in the daylight. Only visit Kiwi Farms in the dark. This is a whopping 17-page thread. This is for you, chat. You made me do this. Dear Jesus, intervene in this thing's life immediately. Oh my God. Oh. Ew. Ew. Every day we stray further and further from God's light. Oh my God. What is going on? Oh, ugh. Okay. No more of that. No more of that. Back to the document. That's this person. I'm a victim of Kiwi Farms. You're not a victim of Kiwi Farms. You wear fucking diapers. You weirdo. Stop it. Diaper play is degenerate. Diaper play deserves napalm. Website Gizmodo. They haven't reported anything truthful in years. Calls Kiwi Farms the worst site on the web. Well, actually, it's the second worst site, falling squarely behind Gizmodo. But as this court knows well, being offended or outraged by something isn't enough to give a plaintiff standing to sue. Actually, that being offended and outraged has nothing to do with standing, Russell. Standing is a completely different question to whether or not you have a valid cause of action. However, plaintiff has suffered real harms by having his intellectual property stolen by Kiwi Farms, being taunted by Joshua Moon over email when asked to remove Greer's intellectual property, being defamed, etc. Since defendants argue in their motion they have done nothing wrong. Plaintiff was filing a supplemental brief to rebut that notion, to show that people are literally being harassed by Kiwi Farms, being bullied to death. The problem is other people, let's say Kiwi Farms is actually a site that bullies people to death. They haven't bullied you to death. And whether or not they bullied other people to death is irrelevant to your cause of action. Did they cause you a civil tortious harm? And if the answer is no, then it doesn't matter if they bullied everybody else on earth to death but you. For defendants' counsel, to continually downplay the suicides is completely insulting when they write on page 4 of their opposition motion that the subject of the website who killed themselves somehow makes the site liable. Well, somehow they do, even if the site isn't liable, because no website has been held liable for a suicide in a similar situation to this. The harassment has extended far past the website. Mr. Moon has given these users a platform to target people, and those people go out of their way to harass people. Plaintiff has shown how Moon's users have harassed him outside of that website in his filings. This is not Moon. Again, I want to point out, Moon is a defendant and Kiwi Farms is a defendant, but the users of Kiwi Farms are not Kiwi Farms, nor are they Joshua Moon. In his plaintiff hardly even visits that website. I mean, just like 12 times a day. Plaintiff has shown many sources that link Kiwi Farms to the harassment of himself, Grindr, and others. Or Ginder. Ginder? Who's Ginder? I thought it was Grindr. Sorry. I don't know who Ginder is. In the words of other victims, a Sam Ambreen explains how Kiwi Farms have continually targeted her on social media, locking her out of her accounts. Who's Sam Ambreen? Oh no, they happen to have a page too. Samina Ambreen Salahuddin, Muslim apostate, Paki drug addict, far left extremist, forced femme husband slave, raped in womb. Okay. What is happening here? So there you go. That's Sam Ambreen, I guess. Does not work and has utilized her decades of unemployment to post over 200,000 tweets, as well as creating a massive internet footprint going back years. Her greatest hits includes declaring herself a Nazi hunter for hire and therefore braver than service members, justifying not ever working, advocating for free bleeding, allowing menstrual to drip into clothing and down your legs, responding to a troll-sponsored fake Twitter campaign by upping the ante, calling all people racist, and starting her own Kill All Men campaign, being blocked by local law enforcement on Twitter after attempting to report an anti-Islamic microaggression, running a blog that featured hairy women, proclaiming any attempts to groom oneself internalized misogyny, being trolled by Gamergate for the aforementioned until she developed agoraphobia, or a fear of talking to people, calling anyone who disagrees with her a virgin with a small penis before encouraging them to come to her house and fight her because she'd love to kill them with her bare hands. These are stable people that Greer is propping up here. That is, repeat her tags. Sure, I'll repeat them one time. It's Sam Ambreen, Samina Ambreen Salahuddin, at Sam Ambreen Salah, at Sam Am Salahuddin, Muslim apostate, Paki, drug addict, far left extremist, forced femme husband slave, quote, raped in womb. So that's that one. I hope that is sufficient for you. Okay. There you go. Let's see. Locking her out of her accounts, making videos saying how they want to use an angle grinder on her private areas. Did they say that? I don't know. I can't go through her page. She's got, like, she's very, very tormented by the Kiwi Farms. She actually has a substantial 166 pages. Very good. Very good, Sam. Good work. Let's see. Sam describes how Mr. Moon himself made rape threats against her and his site targeted her relentlessly. A person named Sapphire writes that she had to shut her social media down because the Kiwi Farms users would harass her and she felt suicidal. There's no person named Sapphire. Stop it. Stop it. A Google search shows she is indeed a topic on Moon's site. So by logic, she is telling the truth. Is this her? Stephanie Cianfriglia, Sapphire Crimson Claw, a she-sure ghost fucker, attempted child groomer, womb wizard, hand sanitizer sommelier, violently abuses her elderly parents. If this is her, I'm going to die. I need to ask you, hashtag super straight dudes. If you saw me and didn't know I was non-binary, what would you tell your confused boner? I'd probably have to get an AED on it. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is what's on Kiwi Farm. Russel Greer is doing more to spread the subjects of Kiwi Farms than anybody has ever done in their life. Oh my goodness. Remember, she's telling the truth because a Google search shows she's a topic on Kiwi Farms, she's automatically telling the truth. In fact, after David Ginder killed themselves, the users on Kiwi Farms were celebrating by posting a picture of a tombstone and superimposing the words, "Here lies the troon." They became part of the 41%, all because they got bullied on the website kiwifarms.net. Lol, burn in fucking hell. Figget limafoul. Very rude commentary. And then Mr. Moon wrote on his site that he questioned if the suicide was even real instead of feeling remorse. Even reputable publications have documented Mr. Moon's site's harassment, such as the New Zealand Herald. Keep in mind, Mr. Moon is an American and resides in the USA. The reason the New Zealand Herald was covering Moon was because his website held the video of the 2019 New Zealand mosque shooting. Oh, let's see. New Zealand Herald. Joshua Moon. Here we go. Real quick, we got to take detours here. Christchurch mosque shootings website Kiwi Farms refuses to surrender data linked to accused. The data is not linked to the accused. The data on the Christchurch mosque shooting that was held by Kiwi Farms was not linked to the accused shooter in any way. The American operator of a controversial website has smacked down a request by New Zealand police to hand over posts and video links that appeared on the site as the Christchurch terrorist attack unfolded. In an obscenity-laden email, Kiwi Farms founder Joshua Moon dismissed the plea by Detective Senior Sergeant John Michael as a joke, labeling New Zealand a small, irrelevant island nation and a shithole country. Moon is a former administrator of 8chan, the online message board where shooting accused Brenton Tarrant posted details of his sick plan, along with a 73-page manifesto mere hours before allegedly carrying out New Zealand's deadly terrorist attack. This does not make Joshua Moon, who's a former administrator of 8chan, linked in any way to the data that's on 8chan about this. Kiwi Farms, 8chan, and a third online message board called Vote are all under investigation by authorities tracking Tarrant's online activities. They're popular with incels, true facts, involuntary celibates, an online subculture of men, because no women are incels apparently, who claim they are unable to find sexual or romantic partners. This is the big claim of all Kiwi farmers, you fucking incels. We can't find pussy. Australian national Tarrant, 28, is in custody on murder charges after the massacre of 50 worshippers at 2 Christchurch mosques, which left 50 dead and dozens more wounded. Moon, an alt-right, anti-feminist, pro-white Trump supporter who claims he set up Kiwi Farms for the gossip and exploitation of the mentally handicapped for amusement purposes, published the exchange with Detective Michael without bothering to hide the officer's email address. He's a public official. Why would he? I am hoping you can help us with an investigation the New Zealand police are working on, Michael wrote in an email dated March 17th. On March 15th, 2019, there was a shooting in New Zealand with multiple fatalities at 2 mosques. The alleged offender in this matter is Brenton Tarrant. At around the time of the shooting, there were a number of posts and links posted on kiwifarms.net relating to the shooting of Tarrant. We would like to preserve any posts and technical data, including IP addresses, email addresses, etc., linked to the posts pending a formal legal request. Moonshot back, is this a joke? I'm not turning over information about my users. The person responsible for posting the video and manifesto PDF is myself. I feel real bad for you guys. You've got a quiet nation. Now this attack is going to be the first thing people think of for the next 10 years when they hear the name New Zealand, but you can't do this. Oh, Josh didn't predict COVID. Tell your superiors they're going to make the entire country and its government look like clowns by trying to censor the internet. That's true. You're a small, irrelevant island nation, barely more recognizable than any other nameless Pacific sovereignty. You do not have the clout to eradicate a video from the internet, and you do not have the legal reach to imprison everyone who posted it. If anyone turns over to you the information they're asking for, They're not only cowards, but they're fucking idiots. Moon followed up with another email abusing New Zealand authorities for their efforts to remove footage of the rampage, which was live streamed by Tarrant and has been circulating ever since. Facebook says it has removed more than 1.5 million videos from the social media platform, but uncensored footage continues to be reskinned and shared on Kiwi Farms, 8chan, and another message board called Vote. There you go. There's that. There's that. Oh, in 2016, Moon was linked to a series of online threats to harm children in Florida, where he shares a home with his mother, forcing dozens of schools into lockdown. Moon was sacked as an administrator for 8chan for allegedly promoting pedophilia. He is notorious for his online stalking and harassment campaigns, which have featured threats to rape, murder, and dismember his mainly female victims. Dun, dun, dun. Josh Moon, raper and dismemberer of female victims. So there you go. He even admits he has nothing to do with the country when he told a new investigating New Zealand officer, fuck you and fuck your shithole country. Kiwi Farms has nothing to do with New Zealand. So all this shows that Moon's site is indeed liable for so much pain and suffering. Wait, what? That plaintiff and others have suffered. Huh? What? How does this show anything that they're liable? Contrary to defendant's false assertions, plaintiff shows all this because he's involved in the present lawsuit with Mr. Moon, and since said site has recently been linked to another suicide. Mr. Greer wanted to bring this death to the court's attention to not delay, but rather to bolster Greer's arguments of the site's true intentions. That is not just a regular forum. It is just a regular forum. The people on there are irregular. The forum is not. Plaintiff is not trying to supplement complaint. You're filing a supplemental brief. Defendants asserted that plaintiff was trying to supplement his complaint. Clearly, plaintiff is not trying to supplement his complaint, but rather file a memorandum brief, a supplemental memorandum brief. As stated in the case caption and in his motion, he is only trying to file a brief to bring awareness to recent events. It's literally supplementing your complaint, you dummy. For him to do that, per the federal rules of civil procedure, he has to seek leave of court. A brief, according to law.com, can be many things: a complaint, a motion in opposition, or a memorandum brief. Maybe his caption could have included the word supplemental memorandum brief, but a simple omission of a single word does not disqualify his request. Defendants have asserted he's trying to supplement his complaint. Supplemental memorandum brief. Okay. There is no need to penalize a litigant for mislabeling a motion. Plaintiff explained the harassing elements. Defendants claim that Greer hasn't explained how Scortis is harassing Greer, but that's just not true. Greer explained in his motion that per federal rules of civil procedure, Rule 11, an attorney cannot bring forth a suit for an improper purpose. Scortis didn't bring forth the suit, Greer. You did. How are you this dumb? You brought the suit. Scortis responded to the suit. Knowing everything that Mr. Scortis knows about Moon and Kiwi Farms, why on earth would any attorney represent Moon when they aren't constitutionally obligated to? I don't know, money, principles, whatever they want. It doesn't matter. Plaintiff has posed this same question to those close to him, and they can only think of a simple dislike towards Greer. Given Scortis' pattern of representing those entangled with Greer, Scortis obviously feels impassioned to take on any case involving plaintiff. But he's not on any case that involves you, just this one. It's like a shark smelling blood. When Greer's name is mentioned, it's like Scortis is summoned to answer the call of duty. Because again, as plaintiff proposed in his motion, why didn't Scortis decline defendants? Because he had no reason to decline them. Plaintiff cites ABA Rule 1.16 to help illustrate the point. Per the rule, an attorney should not accept representation that will cause a conflict of interest. But this isn't a conflict of interest. He's never represented you. Later in the rule, it explains that a lawyer can withdraw if he finds things about the client to be repugnant. It is baffling that a former nominee for state attorney general, who was once a small claims judge and whose name is well known throughout Utah, would not find it to be a conflict of interest to represent a person who has been involved in so many condemned actions. This isn't conflict of interest, Russell. Read the rule, you idiot. Whose site has been connected to many suicides, who went into a profanity-laced tirade against officers involving mass shooting, who, per the New Zealand News article, has been linked to pedophilia, has been accused of targeting children with online threats, who, per the article, is notorious for his stalking and harassment campaigns, which involve threats of rape and dismemberment. Well, I guess, no lawyer can ever represent a criminal defendant, ever, according to Russel Greer. Apparently, those allegations are true because Moon never went after the publisher. This is not how that works. Again, this isn't criminal. Actually, to point this out, Russel Greer is not the only idiot to fucking say this. In fact, Monica and Ron's lawyers suggested that because Vic didn't sue other people, those must be true allegations. It's not how defamation lawsuits work in any way. But again, when you're retarded like Greer or retarded like Lemoyne, you will say a fake thing to try and get a leg up. Then this is a complete misstatement of how this works. Again, this isn't criminal law where a lawyer has to represent unsavory people. Lawyers in criminal law don't have to represent unsavory people. The unsavory people has to be represented, but no particular lawyer has to do it. This is civil law where the lawyer is voluntarily representing a defendant and is essentially endorsing what Kiwi Farms has done. Absolutely untrue. Opposing counsel disparages plaintiff by calling him a serial litigant. What are you, Russ? When he's only filed 4 lawsuits, including the current case. I'm pretty sure Russ has filed more than 4 total lawsuits. And those cases were filed in good faith, such as paying to meet a celebrity and losing $1,000 and being discriminated against and so alleging he was denied his civil rights. Can you imagine being this much of a simp? I paid $1,000 to see a celebrity. But Scortis has no problem representing a serial tormentor whose site is universally hated and has ruined Greer's reputation. And that is why plaintiff has felt harassed by the Scortis representation, because any lawyer would have declined representation or would have asked for a lot of money over morality, which Moon supposedly has no assets, which is being revealed to be less and less true, which is why plaintiff can't find a lawyer to represent him, because they all assume Moon has no assets and they want a lot of money for representation. It's a very vicious cycle. And so the reasonable conclusion is that Mr. Scortis has beef with Greer. Yes, this is the reasonable conclusion. And that is harassment, to only represent a lawsuit out of spite for the litigant. That's actually not harassment in any way, because he didn't bring the lawsuit against you. Wow. If Scortis was truly representing Moon for Moon's interests and for the just course of law, Scortis would advise Moon to kill himself. I mean, to close down his website. Or at least remove Greer from the site and settle the case, because there's no way Moon can prevail in the copyright claims. If he was truly representing him, he'd just say to lose. As stated, Greer leaves it up to the court for any sanctions. He just needed the court to know the litigation history between Scortis and himself. And that is how Moon found Scortis. It's a very long and complicated history, and oftentimes doesn't seem real. It also is irrelevant to anything before this court. Plaintiff believes he will win. Well, you got one. You got one, buddy. Despite opposing counsel pretending to read Greer's mind, Greer never has once said or felt that he would lose the case. The only hindrance Greer sees is a Communications Decency Act. Well, and all of the other stuff, which is why Greer made a declaratory request in his complaint to have this court declare Section 230 doesn't protect Kiwi Farms and Moon. 230 protects everybody except that guy. If that request is denied, then maybe Greer will lose out on the non-copyright claims. Greer, you're going to lose on all the claims But Greer has shown that he has suffered harm. His complaint was filed within the statute of limitations. He has stated claims for relief. He's shown Moon's involvement and actual knowledge pertaining to the willful infringement, which the CDA doesn't protect. Greer has shown jurisdiction and all of the needed elements in a successful suit. Even Magistrate Judge Bennett said in January that Greer had a case after screening Greer's case. I don't think that's how that happened. But okay, Russ. Where is that? January. Let's see. Plaintiff shall file with the court listing the names and address of persons upon whom service shall be made. This is the only thing in January. Is this a magistrate judge? Jared Bennett? Is that who he just mentioned? Yes. Okay. So he must be talking about this. District Judge Tenna Campbell referred it to Magistrate Bennett. He's been permitted to proceed in form of pauperis. The officers of the court are required to issue and serve all process and perform all duties related to service of process. In order for the court to effect service, blah, blah, blah. Upon receipt of Mr. Greer's filing, the Court of Clerks shall thereafter issue process for service. Court recognizes that Mr. Greer previously filed a motion for alternative service on which he requested to be permitted to serve the named defendants by email. Court denied that motion. Blah, 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 blah. In that order, the court indicated that if it determined Mr. Greer's complaint should be served upon named defendants, the court would also determine whether alternative service would be permitted. Court has now completed the screening process under the Informa Pauperis statute and determined that Mr. Greer's complaint should indeed be served on the named defendants. However, after review of Mr. Greer's motion for alternative service, the court concludes that he has not provided enough details concerning efforts to locate them. If after reasonable diligence, this fucking idiot took the Informa Pauperis review to see if the case should even proceed from its, like, does it meet the basic format requirements of a lawsuit? Not do the claims have any merit to them at all. He's not saying that Russel Greer has a case. He's just saying that he met he's filed documentation sufficient to merit service under the Informa Pauperis rules. Conclusion: the motion to file the supplemental brief was not used to cause delay or to be used in bad faith. Motion was filed to bring this court's attention to the continuous harm the public and plaintiff is facing with Kiwi Farms. Plaintiff hopes that this motion will be allowed. He does hope the defendant's motion to dismiss is denied and that this case can proceed. Respectfully submitted, Russel Greer, pro se litigant. He's got a bunch of appendices with all these people. Cyberbullying is a plague on our society. The ability to slander anonymously and dox a person without threat of consequences must be abolished. God. This picture's on Kiwi Farms too. Embarrassing. Exhibit B. This is the Gizmodo thing. Exhibit C. Okay. What? The video has been up on YouTube for years without incident. I mean, I'm not hurt by it in any way. It was a silly little clip. Restricting it doesn't really impinge on my activism. I don't put anything political on YouTube. It never really took off as a platform for me. I use it to listen to music and very little else. Also been used against me, though, when Kiwi Farms were really putting the boot in. They uploaded a video in which they described using an angle grinder on my vagina. I reported it to YouTube to no avail. Apparently, that was within their community guidelines. Just like these were fine and dandy with Instagram. Oh, no. Oh, no. So here's Sapphire. Yeah, I'm currently the target of my threat. I had to shut my Tumblr down because there was a huge influx of hate. Here lies a troon. Come on now. Oh, you know the judge is gonna be like, "What the fuck's a troon?" Oh my god. Okay. All right, guys. I gotta read super chats, and this show needs to end. We've gone way too long. It's Adam Krigler's fault. Adam Krigler came on the show and made it take too long. And I'll never forgive him in my entire life. Okay. We've got some justice chats to start here. Mario Carter 13 says, Tim Poole is like the political pundit version of a bad drunk. Some days he'll just snap and take a definitive stance on an issue. Then the next day, his ass is surgically grafted back on that fence like nothing happened. Soki Johnson says, Jesus, Nick, the amount of AIDS in the Newsom speech is horrific. Can you imagine the smell of two pedos like Gavin and Joe? Yikes. Did you see the video of Joe sneaking up behind a black middle schooler and sniffing him? It's fucking disturbing. Poor kid. What a weird dude. Scarvy the Strange says, I thought California was just in hell on fire. By the way, if Larry Elder is the black face of white supremacy, then does that make Governor Northam the black face of dim hypocrisy? He also says, I just want Larry Elder to demand California as reparations. Yes. Well, it's like 40 acres with inflation, I think. Crusader Saracen says, tie me to a missile and fire me at California. By Allah, I am ready. Soki Johnson says, here's the video, Nick. Since you already annoyed by Creepy Joe, may as well add some more rage. And Joe likes a fucking horror movie monster. Look, Joe's like a fucking horror movie monster. Okay. It's on Odyssey here. Can I pull this up? We can do this real quick here. I know there's no audio, but it doesn't matter. Kid keeps looking back. Joe's on the prowl. Oh!
This is like some school. How cool is this, right, Miguel? Why couldn't I go
Why are
to a
you
school
massaging
like
this
this?
kid's
I mean,
shoulders?
This is beautiful. I love the mural. I mean, everything is just, I love this school.
What a fucking weird thing. Okay, anyway, let's get that off of there. That was very strange. Very, very strange. There is audio and you're getting striked? What did it say? Oh, I couldn't hear the audio. Oh, it's through my headphones. That's why. That's why. Copy strike for the Jaws theme. Oh well. You can take the religion out of society, but you can't, but you take the society out of the religion. Science bless you. That's from Mario Carter 13. Joe Biden says, put this thing inside you or lose your job. Harvey Weinstein says, put this thing inside you or lose your job. Crusader says, look at the hypocrisy. Biden says, ignoring that it was Newsom eating with his donors at the French Laundry Gourmet restaurant while shutting down every other restaurant in the state that kicked off the recall to begin with. Do you want me to play? Well, I guess since we've already played it, I guess I could play the rest. I'll listen to the rest here.
Anyway, Mayor Bowser and Chancellor Fairby,
What did she say?
Beautiful. This is like some school. How cool is this? Wow. This is like some school. How cool is this, right, Miguel? Why couldn't I go to a school like
He mumbled to the kid. That was weird.
this? I mean, it's just beautiful. I love the mural. I mean, everything is just, I love this school. Anyway, Mayor Bowser and Chancellor Fairby, thank you for joining us as well. And for families across the country.
Where does he think he's going? You gotta go, you gotta go.
Okay. He just left. He just legitimately has no idea where he is.
It's a long way until November.
Holy
We
shit.
got more.
He has no idea where he is, just walking around like a weirdo. Okay. All right. I guess that was very strange. Wolfgang Deo says Irish wristwatches, Sally sells seashells, slinging sides, slothily sunder size, seashores, Irish wristwatches, wrath. Kerman SR says, I just wanted to listen to the Dick Show and be left alone. Now I'm apparently a neo-Nazi for having a problem with literal authoritarianism. Correct. Forbidden Cat Belly says, no Adam, no peace. K. Shiloh Williams says, good evening, Nick. Couldn't find anything you recommended at the local store, but found a good bottle of Basil Hayden, so a win. Thanks again. Look, I've recommended Basil Hayden several times. I like it quite a bit. Mario Carter 13 says, New York, rest of America chanting fuck Joe Biden. Chell the third to third says, rip my little brother a week before his 32nd birthday. Ah, damn it. Sorry to hear that, buddy. Rest in peace to him. F's in chat for Kajel's little brother. Emily Wooten says, Adam looks so healthy, happy, and beautiful since escaping Tim. Jordan Jones says, awesome guest night, Nick. At Adam, is Tim genuine, or is he just trying to just acquire as much wealth from right, meaning politics, as he's been accused? Freddie Lass says, big fan of Adam here. Me too. Dripping, not so handsome Jack says, let's go. We're getting based and Adam pilled tonight. John Smith says, Newsom is Gob from Arrested Development 100%. Oh, Job from Arrested Development 100%. Right down to the phony smile and thinking all women in the crowd want him. Elder Bainling says, so you think Elder Senpai is going to replace Newsom? No. Is there any hope for California? No. Also do a movie night, you commie. I will. Eldon Bainling says 2 movies or go home, you Newsom voter. 1 movie. Talbot Link says, long time no chat. Hey, what's up, Talbot? Glad to see another cool team up and see it live. Cheers and keep them laughs coming. That was fun with Adam. We had some good laughs going. Napalm just sent 5. WMMA scene now says Newsom wears a hairnet to bed like George Clooney and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Oh, my hair. William Barnes says, forget tax the rich, tax the politicians. Patrick McHugh says, Gavin Newsom is American psycho having a nervous breakdown. Also, it's nice they let those homeless people sleep in the stands for the event. William Barnes says, Ruby and Yang can't get sick due to aura. They also can't take a vaccine due to aura. The needle won't penetrate. Also, Yang's arm is mechanical. Mario Carter 13 says, breaking, Kinko's voted for Newsom 100,000 times. Character Holding says, Californians are just his pay pigs. Not applicable says, sabotage, Dems want the USA to fail. Get cynical. Grimm's Bar says, he just said our differences don't bind us together. Can you please replay that? No, because I don't know where that was. Base Crocodile says, majority minority equals subsidized labor and neo-apartheid. He also says, Dems want elites and brown servants like in Brazil. I think so. Yes, that's true. Barb Rogers says Gavin Newsom is American psycho. Kevin Dorr says, yes, Canadian cops protesting jabs for them. They don't give 2 shits about regular Canadians and will go back to enforcing draconian rules with a smile. Well, hopefully not these guys, but maybe. Snuggle Struggle says, once the California booths began, one locale already had 70% collected ballots. Elder gets in. He has access to the rot that festers. Audit day 1, I'd wager. Uriah Wright says, whoever wrote Gavin's speech is red-pilled AF. Red Mage 13 says, watching the sign language dude throwing gang signs, lol. Mario Carter 13 says, if we fall for this, okie dokie. Base Crocodile says, leftists don't like biracials, right-wing non-whites and foreign biracials. It's like Nuremberg laws for non-whites. I'm half Bahamian Bahamian, tell me about it. No, you're telling me about it. JK Wynn says, I've been convinced no way Australia is real. Place started as a prison with every animal that can kill you, yet they gave up their guns and now they're starting camps for Wu flu and people got to show papers. Yeah, can't be real. Cannot be real. Anton Shutter says, I'm an hour behind. I bet you won't press the intro button again, you boomer. No, I won't. You're right. You win that bet. Dylan98 says, is there any chance of America ending birthright citizenship? No. I mean, it would take a lot. And no, I don't think so. I feel like most immigration issues in America would be solved if it happened. Maybe. But I don't think that's not going to be overturned by the Supreme Court. It would take an act of Congress to change that. And I don't think they're gonna. Salt A says, Nick and Adam, he will not incite us. Crusader says, Adam is always a great guest. God be with you both. He also says, Biden, honor, pick one and only one, pick wisely. Avahine says, trying to remember where I've seen the sign guy. Was he in the Eternals trailer or maybe an Enigma music video? He'd look much cooler dressed as a bee. Snuggle Struggle says, the Dem voting in this incompetent loon and then fled because they couldn't afford to live there. Then the recall came and the Dems are in Florida and Texas. Lol. But they'll vote absentee. Matt Deckard says, it's like watching Rick and Morty with R-word Rick. Not applicable says, Larry Elder's not white enough for Biden. Philip Booty says, all good fires put fires out. 3. All safe. Good. Snuggle Struggle says, doesn't the president and vice president have far more pressing concerns right now? No. Like, I understand the concern of an outsider audit in California, but come on, man. No. California is the only bigger concern that they have, apparently, is the Texas abortion law. Mario Carter 13 says, you need the jab or you can't sniff the children. Snuggle Struggle says, I might be mistaken, but isn't the Maricopa County audit findings being released on the 15th? I heard it's going to be huge and quite damning. The audit findings were delayed. They were supposed to be released in August. I don't know when they're coming out, but that's very possible. I've been looking for them. So I've been watching and I'll report on them when they do. Wolfgang Deo says, vax the unvaxxed. Who else, Joe? Who? Vax the vaccinated again. The affiliate says, let's compare the audience numbers from this and a Trump rally. That's just mean. The audit results were delayed because of apparently COVID amongst the authors of the results. They were sick with COVID in August, reportedly. Raul Duke says, how does science explain the Mr. Hands footage? What is Mr. Hands? Amateur Ant says, Nick, I can't say the demon crap California governor's name in a super chat. Gummy says, Biden, we got to beat the Delta variant, and then the Echo variant, and then in 2024, the Foxtrot variant, and in 2025, we will create a 52-letter alphabet. The Marshallist says, PPP and Surfer just broke up on stream. Maybe kayfabe, maybe not, though. Well, I mean, that's sad. I don't know how that would happen, but okay. Shit, I missed this one. Generalissimo says, their science is right, ours is wrong. Evidence that controverts their worldview is rejected out of hands. Ivermectin won the Nobel Prize, cured millions of COVID, and shows 98% prevention in hospital staff. See Rogan 7/23/21. And I have to provide a contravailing statement because YouTube will require it. I am not making any assertions about ivermectin, its efficacy or effectiveness. Efficacy or effectiveness versus COVID. And people should consult with their healthcare professionals about how they should treat COVID and whether they should get the vaccine. Serious Cat says they don't call it Big Sky Jersey for nothing. Super Iron Bob says a study looking back at historic floods that we would now call hurricane related demonstrates they've been this way for a long time. Of course they have. Gummy says, Trump, I went to the planet of Camino. Oh, wait. Sorry. I went to the planet of Camino. Wonderful planet. Very nice. Beautiful weather. The best aliens running the place. I met a terrific bounty hunter named Larry Elder. And I said, clone this man. Clone this man. The clones, they better be up to par. We're not going to have any of these cheap Chinese clones. We're going to use the best manufacturing processes at the best price. We're going to come in on time, under budget. Lots of clones. Good Larry Elders running around. Wolfgang Deo says Biden is for I'm a piss on you economics. Pinochet's commie copter says an individual's freedom to refuse a helicopter ride is nothing compared to humanity's freedom to live without the threat of an eternal plague. Cyril Foxy says he wasn't blanked out. Joe sniffed him into oblivion. Not Applicable says that's a political wave they teach you to do. Wolfgang Deo says vote no on Elder by voting yes on Gavin. Yes, that'd be good. Robert Stratton says, please consider an episode on the Elder McGowan video. It is priceless all the way through. I'll have to review it. Amateur Ant says, if anyone wants to vote in this recall, even if you don't live in this country, just go to california.gov. Mandy Caravicius says, I heard they already arrested a man who had tens of thousands of illegitimate recall ballots hidden in his car. I read the same thing. I don't know. Maybe they did. I have no idea. They probably let him go on work release or whatever. Joel Reese says, don't know if it's bull or not, but some early Republican voters showed up with ballots and the system told them they had already voted. Fortified election indeed. Trump has talked about it being fortified already. Of course, the Democrats are immediately saying that any claims of a fortified election are false. Anti-derivative Jill says, I looked up that study about women's knowledge in politics and economics. Men win by 3 to 5%. Neither achieve much past 50%. So the real answer is everybody is an idiot, save you, of course. No, I'm an idiot too, just like everybody else. Mario Carter 13 says, waited 2 years for the judge to rule on a typo. Mandy says, how far did he get the dildo? I don't know. Phoenix Lord Asserman says, take a shot with the Greer lips, Nick. No, not tonight. Maybe. Fighting Slug says, good thing you called out SPLC instead of ADL. Wouldn't want wrong think. The ADL isn't being sued by Gavin McInnes. Bad Dragonite says, if I recall correctly, Gavin said he never denounced the Proud Boys. I mean, that's not really how that seems to have gone, but okay. Amateur Ant says, don't make fun of the adult baby. He's just testing Biden's Depends to make sure no one mistakes baby powder with anthrax. Also says, we don't have to worry about Muslims when almost every shame of a government is doing domestic terrorism against its own citizens right now. And Phoenix Lord Asserman says, please, for the love of God, watch Mr. Hands on stream with Drex. Also bring some water because once you're done reacting, your voice will be hoarse and your stomach will hurt. What the fuck is Mr. Hands? I'm supposed to take a shot with Why are you always wanting to drink at a Greer? Harley Redacted says, I second Phoenix Lord Aston's last super chat. You would. Why do you do this to me? It's gonna make a mess. I just lost like $6 worth of whiskey. It's on my leg. Super Iron Bob says, Mr. Hands is an Enum Claw hero. I'm not going to do it right now. It's time to go over to Twitch and watch a movie. It's time to go over and watch a movie. Hey, thank you guys for hanging out with me through this this shit show of an event with Gavin Newsom, Joe Biden. Tomorrow's a recall election. I will be. I don't know what time everything's going down. I assume it'll probably be during this show. I assume it'll be during this show because, you know, Pacific time and all. So I will attempt to cover the the recall election as well as I can. Although I suspect by the time that I go on, even if the polls are still open, that Gavin Newsom will already have won and be elected president in 2024 or whatever. So that is that. I don't have the ability. I still have not uploaded. It's my fault. I still have not uploaded the I need to get a video to play for the outro, because I can't just play the outro on StreamYard. They don't let me upload an audio only clip. I got to play a video with it. So I need to upload a video that accompanies the outro. So I'll figure that out at some point here. All right, guys. Catch you on Twitch or catch you tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Have a good night, guys. Peace.